That's what's life, man. What I got? Oh, why they take? Hold on. Into the YouTube. Hold up. What's up? This YouTube playing, man. That's true. Feel that. Hey, what's up? I'm just trying to get my phone real quick. See if I can get something popping. I don't know what I'm doing. What is on? What's this? Oh, okay. We gotta close that out. Hold on. Where the camera at? I got me messed up. Hold up. Participants, invite. Let me share the link. Give me a second. I'm gonna share this link with the YouTube. All right, hold up. I'm just streaming on. All right, I shared the link. Oh, you can do everything from your phone. It's not closed. Thanks for bearing with me. Microphone check. I don't see my mic working. Mic check. Man, damn. I got microphone or not? Somebody come in the Zoom. Now I gotta go look on the YouTube and see if I got microphone. Let's see. All right. All right. I ain't got no open track, but here because I'm working. I'm just working doing my thing, but I still wanted to stream. So I ain't got my normal hookup. But I was in here in my garage thinking about stuff people was talking about, and I guess I wanted to deal with it. But I don't know. I can't see the chat, so this ain't the same way I thought it would be. Because since I'm zooming, I'm streaming from Zoom. I thought they'd show me the chat from YouTube. Is what it is. I'm gonna pull up. I'm gonna pull up. Oh, there we go. iPad at me. You select iPad in the building.
You there?
Oh. Yeah,
good. It's good. It's Matt, bro. Chilling, man. Just making sure your stuff is good on your end. You good?
It was sounding
you good.
Cool. Yeah, how you been?
All right, man. You and the fam?
Everybody cool. Can't complain.
That's what's up, man. You know, man, we on this build, man.
Yeah. I just was seeing they was saying some slanderous stuff lately, and don't nobody be responding to that shit. So I love to get online and let people have a place where they could get some proper information.
Man, you already know I be here, and then all that slanderous and all that arguing and bickering. That's why I don't be want to come on the camera, because I just be like sitting back, taking it in, man. I ain't with all that arguing though.
Yeah, because you know we from the West and you chilling, we be kicking back a lot, but that environment is like that. So I'm battle rappy, ready to throw some balls.
Man, I already know, but you contain yourself so well all the time.
I be trying to, but sometimes I just come out my face, and then I don't like to regret.
Oh man.
So I don't like to turn off the stream and then be like later, like, dang, I shouldn't have did that.
Yeah,
You feel me?
Man, that's your wisdom and the respect, man.
Word up, man.
What's topic today?
There was some stuff that was if cats some stuff they were saying about Kevin.
Oh, okay.
Some more vilification they've been doing. I wish I could be at my computer because there's a lot of nonsense they be putting out. And one, they thought they was laughing at Shaka Atmos talking about Egyptian pharaohs used to go down to the river and wank off. And then they say, and then all people men, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's what it said. You said the pharaoh wasn't catting off. Yeah.
Yeah, I just could, I'm like, come on, man. But I'm just gonna challenge somebody to pull up a source on that, because what I find is ain't no source on that. See, there's a lot of rumors that be circulating around about Kemet that people just made up stuff just to vilify and make shit look bad. But when you go look it up, it don't be no real source to it. It be coming from somebody who just made up some gossip one day. You feel me?
Is it
rumor or something?
Are we are we on the live right now? Because I'm in the Zoom, or how do I? Because I think I'm gonna go back to the live, but I'm in the Zoom with you. So how do I go back? I'm gonna just click back over to the live. You still
right?
Oh, okay. All right.
Broadcasted the Zoom live.
I'm gonna just let you keep going. You can take me down. I'm gonna just keep stand the thing.
Oh, it's all good. It's on you. You can if you press leave meeting, you go back to the YouTube and you still gonna watch it, or you can stay right here, mute your camera or whatever. It's all you welcome to stay, whatever. I ain't doing nothing but building shit.
All right, it's good. I'm gonna just mute the camera, man. I know it's other people in here, so let's get it popping.
Yeah, and I'm gonna have to find a way I can check with the chat, man. So
yeah, it's good. I mean, it's good, and then we'll be in contact, man. I know that sun out, so I'll be getting up with you, man, in live time.
It's all good, yeah. I'm about to turn it on the TV. That's what I need to do. I'm gonna turn the YouTube on the TV. But all right, thanks for tapping in. Sure.
Man, peace and love always.
Yeah. Let me see. Get this on the TV so I can see the chat. I was tripping. That's how to get that pop-up. Feel free to hit that link, though. Y'all don't even trip. Yeah. By catting off, they were saying all kind of little crazy stuff, right? Hold on. Okay, I can see the video, but can I see the chat on the TV? Yeah, okay. I'm stepping it up. Sorry, excuse me. But I can't see how you gonna see the chat from the TV, though? Y'all know how to see the chat when you watching TV? Watching YouTube on TV? All right, forget it, man. Get it. So I'm gonna say this. And when it comes down to refuting all them pseudo-ass claims, it always comes back down to the Magi. I watched Shaka Amos, a little bit of Shaka Amos, and I didn't see none of the debate, but I got to see. How can I pull out this chat on the TV? You can't. So forget it. Let me make it work on the phone. Hold on. I gotta be able to see the chat. So they're gonna chat. All right, now, chat, right? But I don't even see nobody say nothing in there. So this one. All right, there y'all go. What's up, Ross on Hill? Yeah, you can't see the chat from the TV. Somebody say I'm good now. What's up, Afro-Asiatic? Christoph, Pharaoh, Devon. He said, I'm cutting out. Am I still cutting out? I should have nice audio. Somebody hit that link though to build with me. Because where is that on the YouTube looking crazy? All right, so I got to keep the Zoom small. Who coming in the building? Raku Fu, what's up? I'm connecting your audio.
Yo.
Rock with it. You can hear me?
Oh, yeah, that's man.
Yeah, that's me. What's up with it?
All right, man. I just was getting back at you. I never get to talk to you no more since whatever Facebook did, it kicked me off your friend.
I don't know, but I don't even on Facebook no more. But what's your name?
Neil.
I don't know. I don't be on there anyway.
Okay.
But what's your name on there?
Neil Spike.
Okay.
We've been,
But I'll see what's up. What's up with you though?
oh man, I've been rocking with you since y'all used to do the blog talk.
Oh yeah, we used to do the old school.
Yeah, so and then back then I had already had like Red Diop, all of them guys back then. I messed with Asar M. Khan a lot, me and him talk. But I wanted to ask you, Smash, because I know you did an excellent job at the Kimmy debate. Did you get a chance to even see what that Dookie jail was about? Was it pseudo? What's up with it?
I haven't looked into it yet.
Okay.
I haven't had time to look into it yet. I think that was just yesterday, and so I've been doing. It's spring, and I ain't been really studying that. This springtime, I've been cleaning up my garage. I'm in my garage right now.
Okay.
And I just been cleaning up and trying to get ready for the springtime. Not really, but you can tell us more about it. Tell us more, man.
Okay, so what I've seen so far, and I know you on the archery, the Magi and all that. So I said, if this is real, I know this is something that Smash really gonna get into figuring out what's cracking with it. But it's something like, remember how for years they tried to say the Shona temples in Zimbabwe was King Solomon's mines?
Oh yeah, I heard something about that.
Yeah, so that's what they was trying. Like with this, like they just released it. Well, I heard they just did it in 2018. The Sudanese archaeologists and the French, but I just don't want it to get lost under, like how they did that. They had a rhinoceros down there, golden rhinoceros. I watched the documentary. For years, they had already knew it was the Shona people, but they kept giving it to Solomon's mines, and Africans couldn't have built nothing like that. And for years, they had that golden rhino hid in the museum. So we finally know we had like high civilization deep south. And my point is I see as more south we go, it connects it to the east. Pretty soon it's gonna connect everything. I think the cattle people of the aquatic Sahara connects everybody like a spiral out from there.
Interesting.
But it's some good information. I love listening to y'all. I don't do a lot of talking. I just listen. I hate Garfield eating up my boy. What's his name? What's man from Guyana, Van Sertima.
Garfield beating him up.
He beating him up right now on the channel. The pseudo. I think he called him the pseudo scholar or something. But a lot of I just looked over there. They got a picture of they came before Columbus, Van Sertima, and something beware Sudism in the community is the title or something.
Well, I don't know. That's some people aim to show to people who came before them to say, "Oh, this is pseudo," and now I have a mission in life to discredit everybody in the world. But that ain't really it for me.
Me neither, bro. That's
come up with this stuff now because it traps our people. No, nigga, hella people in the world be thriving off pseudo shit. I'm just keeping it up. Like that, even that Romulus and that, none of that stuff is real, man. A lot of people be thriving with their little pseudo histories.
Yeah, it's true.
Y'all think the Jewish history is real? That's pseudo. So
for real. Oh, I'm glad I got you, Jonathan. Listen, so I got to ask you this. So I was on Sinetta the other day, and I was speaking on, in the Bible it says you got Japheth, Shem, and Ham in that order. They say Japheth is the older brother, and he populated Europe. Shem is the middle, and Ham is the younger, and he populated Africa. I say DNA, that's totally upside down because it goes the other way when we look up who's the oldest, the youngest, and the middle, and the youngest.
What you mean though? That Bible, I ain't taking that Bible stuff seriously. It's just a story. They messed it up. They was trying to tell the story.
Yeah.
But if you take it I take it for what it's worth. It's the knowledge they had of the earth and cosmology at that time with their allegories and mythologies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that could mess a lot of things up. And
Okay.
that don't discredit that it might be something cool there, and that don't say that that shit is all the truth. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Exactly.
it's like we got to take it with a grain of salt.
Okay. And I did hear you talking to Lex, and when you was talking to him, y'all was, I think, discussing the Marin Piton Stella. And in the Marin Piton Stella, I had some more readings. I think some scholars done some research and said that A is really a vulture. It's not an owl. It's an M. And it don't even say Israel. It says something totally different.
Yeah, I read that too. And so he was trying to say it wasn't no other scholars that agreed with me, but I pulled it right up on the screen. It's hella scholars that refute that. So just because they say Syria, they just didn't read it the way I read it. They still say something wrong with this.
Man, that's it. And it's basically them letters, the M for owl, or the owl for M, and the vulture for A. I believe those were the problem.
Well, that's his standpoint. I don't. That's David Ovid's.
Okay.
I don't necessarily agree with it, but he brings out some interesting points about forgeries, because they talk about all the other times where they tried to forge Egyptian shit.
Okay.
So they got a history of trying to forge Egyptian shit. You know, and then they used to be like finding, oh, this ain't authentic, this is a forgery. Yeah. So who was that person making the forgery? You feel me?
Yeah, see, come on. Man, it's a conspiracy. Now I gotta drop this jewel. I want to mess with somebody on a monetary level on making shirts called the homie. Now you and me both know, well, I don't care if you're New York, Detroit, Chicago, Texas, Oakland, LA. When we say we going to kick it with the homies, we don't say TH, we say DA, like the West African Kingdom, the homie.
Set it off. It don't take long. You can have that done before this live stream over.
Right? Hey, get it done. You're right, Jay. All right. In that movie, the woman queen, she was in the homie.
Yeah, a lot of stuff happened in the homie.
And voodoo is supposedly origin in the homie.
It was some brothers. It was supposedly some African. I think there was brothers fighting or something like this, right?
Yeah.
It's really from that, and you're gonna laugh when you hear the story of the name of the homie. It was, I think it was, I don't remember the king's name though, right? But they was funking over the land, right?
Yeah.
And I can't even tell the story good. But all I know is dude was like, you can't have this land. Dude was like, what? I can have this land. And that fool killed him and built a home on top of the fool that he killed. and that's what that's why they kept the homie, for real.
You're right. Or wasn't it something about in the belly of?
I remember a story about them somebody building a house on top of the former king who said he couldn't have the land.
Yeah, that's it. The story you tell, only thing you left out is the part about when they talk about the belly. They say in the belly of, because it was two brothers that fought, Dan, and one name was Homie. And it was something like Dan beat Homie, and then either he ate him or, like you said, buried him under him, and it was called in the belly of Dan. Thus Dan Homie, and the French corrupted the word and took the N out and just called it Da Homie.
Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting.
Yeah.
I want to see. I was just recanting that story from memory.
Yeah, that's it. Hey, look, I'm about to, my lunchtime is over. I'm gonna build with y'all later, bro. But I just can't wait to hear your assessment, because I know when you go in, you're gonna do some real study on it, and you may have some connections to some people over there that even Tony Browder, I bet he can say something about that new find in Dookie jail.
Yeah, well, let's see what's up with that. I'm gonna look into it. I just don't want to be short-sighted and
that's what I know. So when you do it, your stuff gonna be thorough. So take your time like you always do, Jay. Don't even trip. Let the ancestors guide you.
Word up.
All right, G. Peace out.
All right, thanks for tapping in.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm learning how to do this from my phone. Now we're gonna get active in the world. I'm gonna start doing outside live streams. Oh, it's gonna be cracking. Like going to different locations. Now you can write that off because you got the YouTube company. So you can go travel places. This is how people was traveling, and But I'm gonna talk about that good Kemet too. But hit that link if y'all out there. Say what's up in the chat. I can't see the chat, so it is good. So why you never show sources or hit no panel discussion? The sheriff hit the panel, show some information. Ooh, called you out. He said you gotta show some information, man. I see the screen is froze, but I hope that ain't my phone though. Maybe that's your side is frozen. All right, the link is up in the chat. Y'all can feel free to hit it. I'm just chilling right now. We get back to seeing the Zoom. Okay, so here goes the challenge to any Hebrew, to anybody who be saying that nonsense, came on YouTube saying that nonsense about Egyptian pharaohs going to the river. Now I need somebody who got Google by them to just Google this. Google Egyptian pharaohs probably didn't masturbate in the river. Google that article and read what the PhDs and scholars say. So if you heard people spewing that nonsense lately, it was just the typical nonsense. Nah, it ain't true. So this is the facts. Nobody, no PhD who studied Egyptology can find the source on that claim. No one has. That's some of the slanderous jargon that'll just circulate around on the internet. It's called an internet claim. People is bringing y'all internet claims that's unsourceable in academia and acting like they bringing you their homework. So here go the challenge, $1,000 challenge to anybody who can find a source, an ancient Egyptian source on that claim. It's fake. So you can go into the article that I just cited and look at PhD Karen Cooney saying it's fake. Okay? You could go see her assistant who did all the research saying it's fake. Or you could go to YouTube to like an ISUPK channel and see cats saying that that's real. That's nonsense. So you want to know the catch to it? Here go the catch to it. That actually, yeah, exactly. Now look at that. Look it up. Look up those claims, Pharaoh Divine. Research it. I got a whole document. It's a document called male fertility in Egypt, or male fertility. Read that document as well. They're going to leave all of these claims out that cats are making about ithyphallic deities. All right. They only see one thing when they see an ithyphallic deity. You know what I'm saying? That's like when a doctor is trying to look at a woman and check up on her sexual health. They're not seeing the same thing a pervert sees. You see? And so sometimes it's in the mind of the man what you see, and when you're going crazy, they just show you clouds to figure out what your brain is doing. They show you a cloud, and you be like, oh yeah, I see like all kind of stuff. So the facts of the matter is there's $1,000 wager for anybody who find an ancient Egyptian primary source on that claim. Smash live somewhere else? What you mean? I'm live in the basement right now, but click the link though, because I'm just chilling. It's springtime and I got work to do. I got a project. I'm gonna take my one of my jet ski engines out and make it faster. Because that's how I chill. You feel me? Like I'll be on some chill. And so I've been cleaning my garage, and that's just a project for me too. Because I can let some stuff get messy. You know what I'm saying? And I don't like that. So after like 6 months, I'll be like, it's too long. I gotta clean this stuff up. But hit the link though. Let's build on these facts. Because fact is PhD. And I hope if my audio start going out, tell me because I'm walking around. But fact is PhD Kara Cooney said that, uh-oh. Oh yeah. Fact is PhD Kara Cooney said that claim is unsourceable. So what do we do with unsourceable claims? What do we do when people want to debate us with unsourceable claims? Do we give credence to unsourceable claims? Where you get that from? It's source up or shut up. So you're gonna let somebody come out and be on your head and they ain't got no source on their claim? So remember, you hear somebody come on the internet talking that crazy, ask for a source. That's the first thing to do. Thank you. According to the article, LA professor and her colleague both have found no PhD. See? I'll tell you that it ain't no source to that claim because I'll just look through the TLA and look at everything they talk about with that term on it. But yeah, we let cats come on YouTube in order to make us feel like Africa. Don't think about Africa. Don't think about Africa. Don't think about Egypt. Egypt ain't Africa. Africa was bad, bad, bad. Egypt ain't Africa. Look what they was doing in Egypt. It's all a scam, dog. I'm tearing up boxes like this, though. Y'all can click the link and help me out. It's all a scam. I'm gonna go. Y'all know what that scam is? It's kind of like a religious scam. It's a scam on your spirituality and your cultural freedom and everything. And I don't even know how cultural freedom just popped up in my brain right now, but it's facts. I ain't on Kimmy like that, bro. I love Egypt, cool, but I ain't on it like that. You feel me? I love everything I learned about all parts of Africa. Even though, I mean, I don't be loving the stupid stuff. I'll be like, that's hella dumb. I wouldn't want to been with that tribe. That's all I be thinking. Like, that's a stupid ass tribe. But hey, I be thinking that in Oakland or wherever you at. You be like, that's a dumbass tribe. Why they get down like that? So it ain't one big monolithic thing. But the fix is in to be telling you Africa's Kemet did all kind of foul, faulty stuff. So my man Rasan L said the article said, according to the article, UCLA professor and her colleague both found no evidence of that pseudo internet claim. Golly. You know, I'll box these dudes up. I'll be just sitting there like, why they be letting people say that? Why are you letting them say that? Why are you letting them say that? Now, here's the thing. We can't do ambush scholarship because you can't act like everybody looked at everything. Ain't no everybody had the chance to look at everything. Ain't nobody Superman smart. You feel me? We bright gentlemen, but ain't nobody supposed to know everything. Like if you know everything, something to matter. That's like the chick who looked too good and you can't find no flaws. Something to matter, bro. Ain't nobody perfect. The dudes who try to be that is aspiring to the master teacher. Remember when we had that master teacher culture? Master teachers could never be wrong. If the master teacher was wrong, what'd have happened? Thank you, Pharaoh. People are supposed to submit their sources prior to the debate because we be trying to do I gotcha ambush scholarships. But you can't do that at Harvard. You think you're going to really go to somewhere? Hold up, man. You think you're going to really go somewhere and do a debate like Harvard with some ambush scholarship? And you're going to say to the PhD, who is this person? You don't know this? Have you read this book? You ain't read this book? They're going to look at you hella funny. Like, I ain't read every book in the world. What's your problem? But I use the TLA, the text corpus. You feel me? And that's just a collection of all ancient Egyptian texts that they have in academia. And I can't find that claim in there. Then we got PhD Kara Cooney and her assistant who can't find that claim. So let's just let that go. Hold on, what my phone doing? Let's see if it's still on that. Oh. Yeah, I have my phone. Oh, what's it going? Oh, yeah, we still there. Phone was on turn off after 10 minutes mode or whatever. You gotta take it out that mode. So where y'all at? Somebody hit the link. Let's build on that. That's cool. I'm waiting for a kill switch. Waiting for a kill switch to come from one of my RCs. You see? Waiting for a kill switch to come. You see, they got pseudo claims. You see, we always show them about their pseudoness. Hold on, man. Now, as the problem is, again, everybody want to be the smartest, and everybody want to represent their God like their God can't represent for himself. Bless you. Bless you. God can represent for himself. Right? He don't need you to convince me or nothing. So this is the funny part. I'm gonna break this down slow and have some fun with it. Because it seemed like, all right, then we got press mute. I want to close the garage. It seemed like, hold up. I don't want you to make too much noise. It seemed like some Hebrew fools. Now, when you having the battle with Kemet, they was forced to go into old and more antiquity. Now, allow us to do this slow. Hold on. I'm gonna try to tap in. Let's go slow, and let me see if I can see the chat still. Because this is it didn't in modern times, y'all. Just like I said when I was talking to Zion Lex, we doing these discussions and stuff we be having. This started in, I wouldn't say ancient times, but it started before. It started in BC times. And what I'm talking about the discussion of the antiquity of Hebrews. Let me see. The discussion of the antiquity of the Hebrew or Jewish people against the antiquity of African people. All right, this I kid you not. The main reason why Josephus's writings were so important is because he mounted a refutation against the polemics towards Jews. Polemic, right? Polemic, look that up. Look up polemic. And so basically, it's these writings that started, Miss Lamb need to come back with that knowledge and that information. I was talking to my wife about that, like, dang, she was giving me so much gang about the tax lien properties. We're gonna be back. You can always catch Miss Lamb on the Garfield channel. She do an economic show on his channel. But I need to get her over here talking with me more often for my audience. So look, Josephus, the Jewish historian, you know what I'm saying? The main, like I said, and many will tell you, the main reason why his writings were so important is because he mounted some of the first refutations against the polemics mounted towards Jewish people. All right? And so he had to go against a lot of writers. Why he had to go against so many writers? Because all these writers were saying the same thing in BC times about these people. They were saying the same stuff. And so Josephus had the right to say that these writings was untrue. You feel me? And so this means that some of the earliest Hebrew writings that we got from people that are attested to, or what have we, were in the form of refutations of polemics mounted against their tradition. The antiquity, not considerably, but particularly the polemics was towards the antiquity of the Hebrew people. You feel me? Saying that, oh, they ain't that old as they say, and they really come from Egypt, but come from Egypt as outcasts. So the first polemic mounted in history against the Jews was by a person they call Monito. This is so funny why they use their work. It's because I don't think they understand the parameters. It's like somebody talking about your boxing trainer or something and pulling out how your boxing trainer said how to do a left hook. And you be like, dude, that's my trainer. Oh. So basically, all right, let's see. We got Rich Kid in the building. Shout out for making it pop today. Manito particularly was writing, he wrote to give out a history of all the people to those Romans when they got there. What's up, Rich Kid? Oh, whenever your mic get ready, you good. Tap in when your mic is open. But you there? I don't know why I can't hear you. You connected your mic?
Yeah, can you hear me, Jonathan?
I hear you now. What's up?
Oh yeah, not much, man. I'm just kind of listening to you. Sometimes I know you're chipping out. You're probably not realizing that you're chipping out. So I'm just here to give you a hand still.
All the audio's going in and out?
You're good now, though. You're good now, but earlier you was.
Yeah, you know why? Because I was walking around. I'm trying to learn the art of streaming from my phone so that I can go into nature and still do some streams, but I got to realize that might be an issue.
Yeah. No worries.
What's up with it, though? Everything cool?
Yeah, well, you know what? I'm just kind of disappointed with some of the arguments. I mean, people can say what they want to say about Egypt. I mean, they're free to do that, but I'm not too sure what this constant attack is. And even from people like Reggie, which I'm surprised about, I'm hearing some arguments where I'm a bit confused.
Like which ones?
Well, the things that he has to say about Egypt in general. I mean, you was just talking about Josephus. I mean, I can't even believe that we're having this conversation, because if the Hebrews don't know about now that the God that they worship is an Egyptian God, when are they going to know? You was just mentioning Josephus talking about what's his name? Manetho. But in Manetho's work, Manetho already told you that a few Israelites left Egypt. They walked for 6 days. They almost died. They left with an Egyptian priest called Moses because of leprosy. And on the 6th day, they saw this donkey type thing. Moses told them not to give up. They walked and followed the donkey. They went to a water. And from that day, they vowed not to do anything like the Egyptian did. And they took that God for themselves, which is Seth. So I'm not too sure where the argument is. You can find that in
That's what I was saying,
Assman's work.
Like, I don't know why they try to use his work, because it's like they never read it. And they don't understand that even Josephus was what they call the polemics against the Hebrews by Manetho, where if they knew that that category of literature is somewhat of an attack, they would probably stray away from using what Manetho said. And because, again, they like to latch onto that because of what was said about the Hyksos, but they never expound on the story. He did say they were indigenous Egyptians and that didn't come from no place else, and that they had got stricken with leprosy. I don't know if you recant that story. Right. That they got stricken with leprosy, and so it was one of the pharaohs who supposedly had sent them to Avaris.
That's correct.
Yeah, and so I'm like, why would you be using these stories? Because you think the average person don't know them or something? I don't know.
Well, not only, it's not even Manetho who said that. He had a problem with Barusso's work. And if you read Tacitus, who a lot of them like to quote, he even said that. So I think Plutarch said that. So I'm not too sure if they read these works or they just push them aside. Like the things that they're saying. I mean, I think you even mentioned this book, but I'm not too sure if your camera is picking it up still. But like the arguments is just silly. And what disappoints me is that some of the arguments are here registered. It's really disappointing to hear that coming from his mouth. And the way he speaks about Egypt is like, if we don't know Egypt, then we can't get past him. Like, I'm not too sure where he got that argument from. And let me just be straight. I've learned most of the things I've learned from Egypt, of course, I study. But when I want to know finality, I always watch your program, Rob. So as you say in America, I'll give you your flowers because you've been doing this for a long time. So
appreciate
for that.
I appreciate that. Well, I draw from many sources, but I like what I argue definitively to lie on the primaries that I've seen, so that I can just know that I got an ace in the hole. I probably won't be talking with too much vigor or intensity if I'm just out on a whim like most people are. Because when you ask them for a source, then they get the give me a minute. Well, you speaking so definitely and so definitively, I would have thought you had that source memorized. And I mean, and I'm just in certain particular instances, but I appreciate that. And I just don't like to talk about things I don't know about. So people try to walk me in the areas where I don't really, and I can see quick. because it's not really about always being right. It's not about, trying to look the smartest. I'm
Of
just
course.
what I do feel confident in contributing. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course, of course. And as you said, obviously it's not about being right. I'm not too sure where this sudden attack is coming from, but I would advise them to just leave it alone.
Well, it's been long running because honestly, Kemet, just like in ancient times, is really Kemet in the community has been lasting a long time. And some of the facts prevail. Like you don't see a lot of American brothers in jail culture or trapped in the prison system who are Kemetic. Most of those brothers have been misled by the precepts of Christianity and they fall into those pit holes. The majority of my brothers, for some strange reason, when in any type of Kemetic tradition or learning, they are entrepreneurial a lot of the times. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it's always the case, but I have seen that most often. And so I'm not lashing out. I'm just saying since they had the initial movement before the 60s and 70s, but once that movement, quote unquote, Black Power movement came out in the 70s, and then they came up with these terms they coined Afrocentrism. I think a lot of the Egyptian and Kemetic studies have been at the heart of that. And since now think about it, we got attacks from all three Abrahamic traditions as well as academia. It's all like Kemet fighting against various nations all on one front at one time. It's still prevailing, you know what I mean?
Well, there's no losing, because if you go back to any one of the Greek philosophers, any one of them, they will tell you that the wisdom that they got is from Egypt. Orpheus was the one who, the son of, I think, Cadmos, who actually brought that mystery system to Greece. So they weren't bringing it from Sumeria, they weren't bringing it from Mesopotamia. They're still not finding anything from those sites. Where they are is in Egypt. It's facts. So I don't know what they want us to believe in, that there was a Jesus Christ that exists. You can prove that there was a Jesus Christ, then prove it. I just sit and watch them smash and just hear the rubbish that's coming from their mouth. It's literally laughable.
Yeah, what becomes more to me is now trying to latch onto the previous people in the area, the Sumerian people and the people before the Hebrews, trying to latch on to them when those are actually people who in your tradition you smashed out and killed up. You don't now that thousands of years later you want to say, oh, but look at what the people of Samaria had writing before the people of Egypt, as if that would have anything to do with Hebrew tradition. That is crazy to me. I'm like, why would you even do that?
Yeah, because they weren't writing Hebrew. They weren't writing Hebrew. Hebrew's new. I mean, according to Gamerchin, all of your documents, the Torah was written in about 270 BCE. Like, what are you talking? That's why they can't find Israel outside of the Bible. So they latch onto the Meneptah and they go, oh, look, Israel's down here. But as you said earlier, that has been debunked. Where else can you find Israel outside of the Bible apart from in Egypt? Like, you're not Egypt, but everything you want to find is right in Egypt. Your Bible was written there. So I'm not even too sure how Reggie can say these things are man-made, and I'm like, but you don't teach them the philosophy of Egypt. The philosophy of Egypt is what most people miss.
What is man-made?
Say that again, sorry.
He said, what is made?
He said something like, I don't believe in Egypt. All of that is just, all of the gods are just man-made, or something like that.
I mean, isn't that likewise thing almost on earth besides the natural things? Like, for instance, everything concept is man-made, right? Like,
agreed.
every language. Is there a language of the gods that we're speaking or something? I think almost all of this stuff is man-made, every script. And so I don't, when people be like, it's man-made, I don't see how that's taking something away. No, I'm not asking for you to explain that. I'm kind of agreeing with you in a way that, okay, it's man-made, just like a Tesla and a rocket ship. And I don't get it. Now, some people say, no, it's not man-made, it's divine, and it was given to us by God. Okay, well, that's a theory too, that was man-made. That's
No,
something.
I don't agree with that.
Oh, okay. So I will let you expound.
I don't agree that some God came down. God is not corporeal or incorporeal. So,
oh, yeah, then we are in agreement. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's the fact that it's the way you talk as if there's nothing to learn from there. And people who are just starting out on their journey, when they hear such talk, it doesn't elevate them. Like, what if you're taking that away? What are you replacing it with? That's all I'm saying.
First, let's identify and taken away.
Well, if people are just starting out and they're starting to know their culture, you see sometimes people on TikTok, younger people talking about Egypt and this and that. And then you're, as a man who's been in the arts, the first thing you can say to them, all of that nonsense is rubbish. The talk, it shouldn't be all of that is rubbish. You need to bring them to the philosophy. If you want to just say to them later in their studies, yeah, all of these things are man-made, much like everything, as you said, we see. But once you start rubbishing it from the beginning, then I have to start explaining to people why it's not.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think, yeah, we are in agreement.
That's all I'm saying. But there's many philosophies to Egypt, why the Greeks became so big. Why all of the Greek philosophers, Plato, Aristotle, you name them, Pythagoras, Solon, they became big because they went into Egypt, saw their philosophy on life, and they brought that back to make their culture big. So those concepts, at least even those concepts, you teach people, it's good for people. I even think that the Bible's good for people if you're using it for social order. But then once you start saying, no, there's a God that came down and there's donkeys and snakes that talk, that's mythos. Simple as.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of good things I've got out of reading the Bible, but it wasn't really too much about how to lead my life. I'll be looking at how they be leading their life in the Bible. They be scandalous. I'll be like, that for real? Like, for real? I'm like, why y'all telling these stories? You know what I'm saying? Like, they was cold. How about Phineas, who I consider a Nubian? He's a grandson of Arian, but by the nature of the etymology of the name Phineas, I could trace that back to Pa-Nehesi, and which was a name for that always represented a Nubian. So if you look up the Hebrew name Phineas, they might say that it meant the Nubian, but the character he played in the Bible, I think the grandson of Aaron or something like that, and he came through and just seen somebody getting down with an Israelite getting down with a Midianite woman, and he grabbed a javelin and ran into the tent and stabbed the man and the woman. Yo, it don't say nothing else, but he did that because he was on some God stuff or whatever, and then that saved Israel. So I'm like, you telling me y'all in the wilderness somewhere lost, somebody meet a woman and he go in the tent to chill, you know, and you run in there and murder them, and that saved Israel?
Okay. Well, you know what, like I always say, Smash, you're saying there's 12 tribes of Israel and there's 12 tribes of Ishmael. I say to them, there's 12 Olympians and there's 12 Titans. There's no difference.
Oh.
Because in the first century, a lot of you had access to the Greek stories. I mean, you read Celsus, and Celsus was telling you that. You read Porphyry, they were telling you that you were copying the Greek stories into your literature.
The only people who say they don't is a new moderate attack on Egypt mounted by some Black Americans, because they don't say that in academia no more. All you hear in academia is them corroborating what Greeks said, that it all came from Kemet. You know what I'm saying? But when we say that, people get mad. People be like, I hate when y'all say everything came from Egypt. All right, well, facts are facts. So you have to just deal with that.
Well, that's what I mean. The Greeks got it from Egypt, and by the time the Hebrews got touch of the stories, what you can call a Hebrew, I don't really know what they call a Hebrew, but by the time those so-called Jews got a hold of it, you can see there's 12 Titans, there's 12 Olympians. If you read the Odyssey, you'll see stories in there that are similar to a lot of the stories in the Bible. Deucalion, for one of them. Deucalion, his flood story, you read that, you think you're talking about Noah, but it's not Noah, and Deucalion's before Noah. So you can't antedate Noah to be some 2,000 years old or 3,000 BC, and you haven't got no primary source for it.
Well, the funny part about the title of this show, when I was talking about the slander they tried to throw on Kemet with, I hope I'm not breaking up because I'm walking around, but the slander, yeah.
I'm just going to turn off my camera for a bit because my wife's walking around a bit.
Good. The slander they tried to throw on Kemet with that claim about the pharaohs in the river, if you really want to look that up, it actually comes from, I would say, Sumerian tradition, the tradition that they try to latch onto. If you Google Enki, the Tigris and the Euphrates was supposed to be made by the god Enki masturbating into the riverbed. All right. Okay. So it's funny how everything always wind up backfiring when they throw these slanders. And we could see how some of these stories get mixed up in history, and then people come out on the wrong side of that. You know what I'm saying? Like forecasting things back on Kemet when that wasn't said that way. But in all actuality, we could find some traces of that in primary accounts in Sumerian tradition. So
yeah, because sorry to cut you. Right. Years ago, it was Sakurai Sitchin who came out with a few books on Enki, Enlil, Ereshkigal, and the Sumerian story. So I'm not really too sure. Like, I'm still trying to contemplate what has that got to do with Hebrewism, because most of those stories were mythos.
It got nothing at all. They just want to attach to those stories to add antiquity to themselves in the area, talking about what Sumerians did and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's up to them if they want to live like that. I'm not telling them that they can't, but when it comes to, like I said, presenting that kind of information, I just don't see it. I hear a lot of talk, but I just don't see the information.
I agree. Let me see. I'm trying to I'm still on my phone. See the chat. So with the chat.
Yeah, you're kind of going in and out. You probably need to get one of those like mics for the phone or something.
I think it goes out when I switch apps. Is it stable? Because I was just switching apps and going to go see the YouTube on my phone, and maybe it cuts out for a minute. But if it's cutting out while I'm talking now,
no, then... it's not. It's not cutting out now.
Okay, so that's what happens when I switch apps. I need to stop talking.
Yeah, I think when you switch apps, you start it's chipping in and out, chipping in and out. That's all I wanted to say still, and just help you build on that and see what's going on still. And that's
word up. That's word up. Thanks for tapping in.
Yeah, no worries.
I'm sitting here. I've been up since like 5 a.m. working in my garage. I just sat down and started getting sleepy. Sure. This is when I start listening to people's YouTubes and just fall asleep, take a nap, and wake up at nighttime. But if y'all out there, feel free to click the link and express yourself. Look, let me see. Let me see if I can get, oh, I threw away the song. I threw away the song. Oh, I had just threw away for a minute. I was tripping. I don't know what else. Here, puzzle, y'all. Shout out to y'all. Think I'm making progress on my garage. But it's gonna be hella dirty to you. But that's hella clean to me though. Hit the link. Let's build. Because we debunk all the pseudo claims over here. I don't even like that. I don't debunk all the pseudo claims. All right, let me tell you something. Me and my neighbor be doing each other yard, right? And that's cool. 1 week I do the yard, 1 week he do the yard. But then sometimes, like right now, I'm like, dang, okay, you stopped over there, so what I do? Now I think his daughter be doing it sometimes and she don't know the little silent agreement, you know what I'm saying? I'm just sitting here chilling though. If you don't tap in with the link, I ain't gonna know what's going on. Say something in the chat, maybe I can see the chat. Let me see. All right, let me see the chat. I can see the chat. What's up? Y'all see how we debunked them quick claims real quick? Right on the article, my man looked right in the article and it said, nope. Nobody in Egypt ever. There's no primary account on any pharaoh doing no stupid stuff like that. What's up, James? What's up, Gina? It say Gina A. Then it said legit Val. What's up, RTP, V Bennett? What's up, Pan African James? Cheryl. Hit the link. Tell me about it. So I don't feel like talking, but I want to stream though. Because you know why? If you stop streaming, YouTube push you in the background. Like you could take off for 3 days, they're gonna be like, I ain't giving nobody the notification. It says, smash a heart, Garfield say Ramses II worship Canaanite gods. So that shows Canaanites' influence over Egypt. I wouldn't say that. I would say, hold on. Keep closing the Zoom, man. Keep closing the Zoom. I wouldn't say he venerated no Canaanite gods. I would say, I would say, I wouldn't say worship no Canaanite gods. I would say he venerated some Canaanite gods when it was appropriate, and that ain't a big thing. That. What's up with Pan African John?
What's happening, family? Just coming through, sliding through, seeing you was over here chilling. So,
Yeah, I'm just.
what's the topic of the day? I mean, you using the Oakland vernacular. What is catted? Like, what was going on? Because I really, I've been out the loop, so I'm trying to figure out what was supposed to be going on the Nile.
Catting off is doing weird stuff. They said, you know what they said. I just don't even like putting that stuff in my titles and stuff.
Oh yeah, it was that weird.
Yeah. They said the Pharaoh would go down to the river, and then they say that this is Tazari, I quote, that the Egyptian pharaohs would masturbate in the river.
Right.
And then all the men in the village would come join in. He said this on silent TV. I can't even stop laughing because they be so funny.
So when was this? You talking about doing that debate?
He said that to Shaka. Shaka didn't have no answer.
Right.
All he had to do was a quick Google. Kara Cooney got a whole thing when she was talking. Well, somebody got an article where they contacted Kara Cooney, or the scholar.
Right.
PhD from UCLA.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, ain't no source on that. That's an internet claim. Her backup partner was like, ain't no source on that. So it ain't no source on that.
Right. We said maybe that's the inefficiencies of Shaka not actually reading the language, or just really just not doing I mean, you know, sometimes when we hear stuff like that, it'd be so shocking. You know, he might have just been in pure shock that somebody would do something that idiotic. You know, because sometimes when people make claims, I be in such a shock, you know, before I even have to think about, man, let me go look into this. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what's going to happen at the end of the day, and then you're going to have to come back and refute it. So I'm just saying, you think that in that instance, had you already heard of this when that claim was being made? Had you heard of this before this?
No.
Okay, see what I'm saying? So you would have had to go and try to see.
No, that's not that. No, I definitely knew it was pseudo.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
I never heard, I mean, not like that, you ain't heard of everything, right? But I look over these terms all the time, all day. It's like a pastime, a lazy pastime when I'm bored. I be just looking over all the terms and how they use them. And I never seen nothing like that. Like I've looked over that term from the first research. Notice how that didn't come out at Kemet on Trial. You feel me?
Right.
How they come up with that since Kemet on Trial to now? It's just a pseudo internet claim, bro. And so if you're looking through real homework all day, like and then you just hear somebody say something, you're gonna be like, man, you made that up. Somebody made that up.
And see, you know what? From following and watching you, I know you're not lying. Because what you would do, you would just go and look in the TLA or whatever and look up the word masturbation.
Exactly.
And you watch it. Then every word for masturbation is gonna have the whole story in context, and you just gonna go there word for word. And you said that you research based on that one word. That's that little story that they tell it has never come up. This is just that simple, right?
That's how you can bet money. Because you know how you can bet money? Because you can be like, well, this is the text corpus, so this is every one they really got. I know the Hebrews ain't that diligent in doing their research. Did they find one the text corpus ain't got? People who do that be like Asar Imhotep, Reggie, you see what I'm saying? Or
Right.
people who really get down with it, who be like, I found one that ain't in the TLA. But I know that, nah, y'all ain't do that. And then you got PhDs saying they can't find it. I'm like, man, they made that up.
Right. Yeah. So see, yeah, just even having the ability to go in and fact check like that, you brought that to the community in a way to where when you speak, you could kind of say, man, I didn't watch this brother research. More than likely, he's gonna be on point. Especially dealing with Kemet. Now, I'm not saying you know everything, but when dealing with Kemet, you done went through the basics and taught me how, you know, just looking at what you're like, man, this is really serious. You know what I'm saying? Just when you look at how you like to even think to go into doing the way that you researched and did, you know, that once you figure out what you're doing and people can understand it, they know it ain't BS. You know what I'm saying?
These tools are public, man. I'm
exactly.
saying tools that we use are public tools. I just try to show how to use them.
Correct.
Like, okay, look, any of us, if somebody lying when it comes down to what it say about Kemet, hella fast. And I know I'm used to using, I ain't even, it's people who use the TLA way better than me. But I could show the little way that you can fact check somebody. If they say they were saying Christos, Christ, and Kemet, you can go look that up and debunk that in the middle of that discussion. You know what I'm saying? Because they got the tools, not just the standard way, like, oh, I could Google it. But no, you can look at every pyramid and see, no, it just ain't there, family.
Checkmate.
You know?
Yeah, man. But see, like I say, I keep it simple. Like, I just use the chronology of it. If you tell me something about some Canaanites, I know Canaanites wasn't mentioned in the at back long time ago. You know what I'm saying? So that's just gonna eliminate it for me. If you start talking about Islam, I'm gonna know that you're talking about it in something like an AD period. So I'm gonna eliminate you because for me, all of it starts on a chronology that Europeans gave us with that Adam and Eve story. Once I found out people was writing before that, that ended everything. But anything in the Bible, you see what I'm saying? For me, that's just how simple I did. I just don't understand why it ain't that simple for everybody else.
Because it ain't. Some people love that. I mean, so this is what I'll be saying. As hard as cats go for the Bible, cats won't go for nothing else, though. I'll be tripping off that. Like, imagine if that the same way they go hard for that and they just won't let it go. But if they get caught in a crime, they're gonna tell everything in like 2 seconds. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. I don't know if you see what I mean, but I'm like, I don't know, man. The power that they exude in their faith is powerful, but it's misplaced. And if we could place that power in just each other, like faith in each other and succeeding, because y'all just got so much resolve about some crazy stuff. It's crazy to me.
Bro, I've been in jail and watched it. I'm talking about stone cold killers joining the prayer circle. I'm like, these cats is evil. You know what I'm saying? Like thieves, like for real. Like, and then like the person, like if you look at everything that we dealing with, the moral fabric of this country, if it's supposed to be Christian, it is totally messed up. Everything that the Bible says you're supposed to be doing, this country does the opposite. Like homosexual, laws and stuff like that. Like Africa, they indoctrinated them with that. They not trying to hear it. They going strictly on what that Bible say. And so now they trying to get them to adhere to, the new law that they've come up over here, and they still stuck on the Bible. They not trying to hear nothing them folks saying. They keeping that same moral fabric.
Oh, that's up. If we went over there trying to talk about some Kemet, they gonna pull out their machetes. Be like,
I don't know, Smash, because it seems, I know what you're saying, because I got some friends from the actual continent, and I actually was able to get them to see why they, because they were indoctrinated with Christianity when I met them. They older than me. And I was telling them, because I was shocked, because we don't even talk to each other. So once I started to talk to them, I was shocked that they were just indoctrinated as we is, right? They very indoctrinated with Christianity over there, right? For the most part in the southern part.
They like more indoctrinated.
Yeah, because they put the tribalism in with it too. So that can even keep you more stuck. But yeah, as I was talking to them and telling them, how I escaped Christianity, and I was like, how does that make sense? And then so what I used on one of my brothers from Kenya, his name is George Odin. He was, he was fighting me on this. And I was like, man, don't you know you from the Nile? That's how I hear them smash. I said, the history that I'm talking about, that's your history. And that was how I was able to break the curse from him in particular. And then was he, they smart. So once he started looking into what I was saying, he started showing me stuff about the pottery and everything that I would have never known. Even the instrument that they got on the wall, they still play that instrument now. You see what I'm saying? So if we was to communicate with each other and to just really, if it was a way we could break it down to them the way they would understand it, they know that's their history, is what I'm saying. They just got indoctrinated like us.
I feel that.
Yeah.
But shit they too tripping off what I see on TV and stuff. Just used to show us jungles. Now they be just showing us, they be Christianized. I see a lot of Christianized Africans, like over-Christianized, basically.
Right. Yeah, but if you talk to them, the northern part is more Islamic, and then the southern part is more Christianized, right? And then they fight each other based over those same two ideologies that it's just crazy, man. When you look at what went on from the colonization part of it too, because my friend from Ivory Coast Coffee, he asked me, he said, James, They called me Hotep. That's what they called me. So he said, Hotep, he said, who do you think had it worse? Y'all enslavement or our colonialism? And, you know, I rushed and said, oh, it was us. You know what I'm saying? And then when he gave me his perspective on, you know, man, they colonized us and they took the land. And, you know, the way that they looked at it, like which one had, said they got their land taken and they got, you know, indoctrinated too. You know, we, you know, so it's just different when you listen talking to them, you know, what they think. You know what I'm saying? Because we always look at it from our viewpoint of what happened to us. You know what I'm saying? Like, which one you think was worse, our situation or theirs? I know we can't really speak for their situation.
I know I don't know much about that, and I think they both was bad, basically. Mm-hmm. And you know, because just like you said, we gonna both spring to say ours was that starts an argument about who got treated the best or the worst by massa or what happened. And I'm just like, they both was equally bad at different extents. But you know, they might have had it worse. Because look at us right now, chilling. I'm sitting in the garage chilling. Right. I don't know if I'd have been sitting in the garage chilling in Africa. I'm just keeping it in the butt.
That's crazy, man. You said I don't know. Yeah, you just might be in the field somewhere.
I know people don't like that, but look, so in America, we had this silly concept about the house nigga and the field nigga, right?
Right.
Like they could have had that concept in reality when it was going on, that was fine. But we took that into our own cultures and we look at somebody like, you a house nigga. You feel me?
Right.
But look at that. But what would they look at us as? All Africans got the right to look at African Americans as house niggas. Because we in the good part, right up next to massa.
Yeah.
So I'm saying they might have had it worse.
Right. Yeah, it's a hell of a conversation because, you know, we don't talk to each other to even talk about something. Like, I thought that was a profound type of thing when he asked me. I'm like, man, this is crazy. But yeah, your analogy is a good analogy too. Like, we do have it better here, but it's just based on proximity to the dollar, right? Because if we didn't have this dollar, we would be messed up.
The dollar, that's what they say. That's white man power to them, you know, or to anybody just looking at it from that perspective. So y'all is house niggas, Americans.
And we still got it the worst.
You
know what I'm saying? If you look at that in the American paradigm, we're still supposed to be on the bottom.
Right. Nobody.
But this bottom is better than the bottom everywhere else.
And when I got to see when I went to the favelas in Brazil, I was like, oh my gosh, we thought we don't even got a ghetto. Like, you know, when I seen that, I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I think you told us that story when you went to Brazil.
Yeah. I had never seen nothing like that out of no hood I ever been to.
So that was just a personal vacation type of a travel, or was that for the high roads, like y'all was on tour or something?
Yeah, they brought us to Brazil to perform. And then we had a driver who wound up being from the hood. And then, but one of the rappers, at first he was just acting all like the real driver. By the end of the trip, when he seen what we was about, he's like, man, let me take y'all to my hood. It was crazy. But it was this rapper named Kill Bill. Shout out to Kill Bill. He said he knew me and wanted to take us to the favelas. He took us. And we was in there chilling.
So Kill Bill was a good rapper in Brazil?
Yeah, you can look him up on the internet.
He's still cracking right now?
I mean, he got, well, you know, you put a video on YouTube.
Right, yeah, it's forever.
Yeah, it still be there. So I had found him on about 10 years ago. I found the video he had. But he had built a youth center in the favelas. So he was already on it like that. And I was like, okay, you hard. Because, his buildings was like one of the only concrete buildings, bro. Like it was like that. Everything else was made out of tin siding and just cardboard box. For real though.
He said cardboard box. Okay, I typed in Kill Bill and Brazilian rapper, right?
Yeah, he was maybe just say Bill. Say MV Bill. Say MV Bill.
Okay.
MV Bill Brazil.
MV.
Let's see what happened.
There it is right there. Bam. Bill Brazil.
The MV made it pop up?
Hold on, I'm trying to make sure. Because it's some, you know,
yeah.
Yeah, this him.
It's about
he black.
Huh?
Is this the guy?
MV
Oh, yeah,
Bill.
that's a brother. He over there with some gas.
Yeah, with hella guns and shit.
Yeah.
Man, that boy took me to a party I never seen so many guns in my life, bro.
Yo, they got some, if this the guy, they got some military guns.
MV Bill is big time. If you can share this, I can't make it so you can share the screen. See if you can share the screen.
Yeah, MV Bill. Hold on.
Let me see. Sharing. We'll let you share it.
Hold on. Yeah, this must be some type of documentary. Hold on. They talking about MV Bill though. Hold on.
Yeah, that dude ain't no punk.
And he how you hook up with him?
Because he said he knew me. We was doing shows out there, and it was two sisters who took us out there, and she told us the biggest rappers from the favelas want to hook up. And what we gonna say? No, nigga.
Right. Peace to the favelas. What'd you say? What'd you call the name of favelas?
Yeah, the favelas. That's what the name.
Yeah. That's exactly where he at. Hold on.
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah, peace.
You in favelas, and you say
disable participation screen sharing. So let's say you can't right now, Smash.
Oh yeah, see, I don't know why they're doing that because I'm on my phone, and I guess it just start like that. Let me see if I can go.
But I got it. Long as I mean, I'm gonna check this out. This is crazy. These are some brothers.
Yeah, there's some brothers. Straight up. I mean, more Africans got dropped off in Brazil, dropped off in the Americas. So we'd be tripping. More Africans got dropped off in South America than America. We could look that up.
Correct. Man, this is wild though.
I'm looking for my meeting settings.
And y'all was sliding through the turf. Man, you wild. I bet you that had to be real dangerous too. Y'all don't even know how dangerous y'all from what this looked like.
Yeah, it was scary. Because the first time I seen the Extendo was before they was even popular in America.
Oh, down there.
In Brazil. Yeah, it was a 13-year-old kid who had it.
So almost, man, is the favelas, is that in Rio de Janeiro? Well, like, where is that? Is that just the hood off in Rio de Janeiro or something?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Man.
I don't know how come you can't share. That's weak.
Oh, let me see if I'm gonna try it again.
No, it's because of my settings, but I don't know how to do settings on the
Me neither. I like doing stuff from a computer too. What, you out of town at the RV spot or something?
I went out for a couple of days because I've been sitting in front of that computer, dude. Back hurt, and that how they be streaming for 12 hours. I'm an outdoorsman, so I need to go get out and move. You feel me?
Right.
Yeah, I'm an outdoorsman, so I went out there and just did what I could do.
Shit. It looked like you was relaxing, so shit, that's what's up. But it was just that's like an RV park or something, because I know it was like another RV next to yours.
State parks with plug-ins, you can just pull into one of them. Any spot that got some plug-ins, I'm chilling. Because you can plug your whole mobile home up, you feel me? And you got it working like a house at the house. Like, that mug got a washing machine in it, you feel me?
Right. You look
So,
like you was relaxing. I like that looked pretty cool. Cause I don't know what you was out in the woods or something. It looked
state
like I had
park,
some
just
mountains or something.
yeah, California is pretty mountainous where I live, and so they got state parks all over the place. I pull up at a state park and just kick it for the daytime, maybe. Like kick it from 8 in the morning to 8 at night. And if I feel like it, I'll spend the night or I might come home.
Right. Well, you did some fishing?
Not really. I just was out there chilling, playing with some RC cars and chilling.
Right. Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
hell up. So it must be nice to be retired that young.
Well, I still work. You feel me? But
I mean, semi-retired. Like, I mean, a lot of people still working, like, trying to get there.
yeah, I'm retired as far as wanting to be rapping. I just rap for fun and doing all that. But if somebody got money for me to come, I'm gonna come do it. But yeah.
But what's the furthest, like, wife? So what's the furthest you ever been as far as like on tour? You been to Japan or something like that?
Yeah, I've been to Japan. I've been to Japan twice.
On some for Hyro?
Once with High Road, once with by myself.
That's deep.
Yeah, Japan, cool.
What about Russia? You ever been to Russia?
Hell no, I wouldn't want to go to Russia. Some of my partners been there, but
I'm just saying, do y'all got a fan? You think y'all got a fan base in Russia?
Man, hip hop is worldwide, bro. That shit crazy.
Yeah, I be hearing a lot of people be doing things, but I ain't never really just talked to a real rapper to talk about how far they've been out. You know what I mean?
The street in Japan, dude, and this dude was like, "Casual."
He knew you?
Hell no. And then I looked up, he's like, "Casual." Him and his homeboys came up out of the McDonald's. And I was like, what is going on, dude? I could have swore I just flew 15 hours or whatever. What is
They was Chinese people. They wasn't American people in Chinese.
Oh, no, they was with some Americans.
Oh, okay.
So that was Americanized, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. They might have been American. I don't ever really keep it buck. But I remember one dude was like a black dude, but he wasn't the one calling me. It was a Japanese dude calling me. But it was just crazy to me. But the world is smaller than we think.
Evidently so. That's crazy. I know that's got to be a hell of an experience, though. Amsterdam and all that. I know y'all have been up there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Those the best. What's the best place you say y'all tour at? Like Amsterdam or something like that?
Bro, back in those days, every place was the best because because every place you go is a sold out party there for you. You know what I'm saying? And so really it don't be like one place. I mean, it depends on what else you like to do. Right. So I'll be thinking the best place would be a place with a fishing stream close to it or something.
Right.
Because all the shows, Canada used to be ridiculous, bro.
You was like to a point where you like surprised, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I never would have thought, when you get there, you be like, man, I like, that's what I mean. Like, what were you the most surprised about? You know what I mean?
Yeah, like Canada. Canada used to have you like, oh, this is crazy. They act like you was Michael Jackson.
Right.
They used to, you feel me? Like they used to be like chasing the bus type stuff. Brazil, they was chasing the bus, banging on the bus. That was scary.
And they knew y'all?
We was in a van in Brazil, and when we was leaving, they was doing that Michael Jackson chase.
Man.
I was like, this hella crazy because that.
So was the concert like just a bunch of like y'all were just one of the acts, or it was a bunch of y'all were just a solo act?
I think we was headlining, but I can't remember. I think we was headlining. Yeah, we headlined that.
And other American acts came too?
No, it wasn't like that. It was just straight us.
Oh yeah. Yeah, y'all got the real rock and roll treatment.
It happens sometimes, but now that's good that got to happen. Because now I'm right here chilling. You feel me? Like, I don't want none of that really. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't want none of that in life. I be going the opposite direction from that. It's been like 15 years since I wanted to even be in like had the aspiration, maybe 25 years since I had the personal aspiration to want to be like in a club environment.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'd be like, oh, hell no. I go the other way. Like I go like to a park or something.
You know what? But it's a trip though, man, because your name show keep popping up a lot lately. You feel me? I be like, what the hell is going on? I don't know if it's because I know you or I feel like I know you now. But like I'll be watching some shit there, be like, yeah, Casual was. I'm like, what? You know what I'm saying? I have to stop and check out what they talking about.
I'm humbly saying I am one of the illest though, fam. Though a lot of people really like go. So when
Word up, though, you feel me?
I might play with them in the conscious community, but some dudes really know hip hop and they really know that that's one of the ones right there, though. You know what I'm saying? Because facts that cats fall off, and one of the things I promised myself was like, I ain't gonna never let nobody down by falling off and just getting hella weak and shit. And right. You like my shit, and now you just like, well, you can say, okay, the status, but now everything changed, right? And so if you just listen for the bar work, which I hope they listen for, man, I just started to invest in other things that I'm talking about, because all my RGs will be falling off. Like, why they don't rap as good as they used to rap? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's one. See, I came up in hip hop. I'm 54. So when it was an exception, I came up right in the slap dab in the middle of it. So I know what you're talking about. Like, you know, you have some artists that they may have a 3-album run at max, and then it's over. It'd be disappointing too.
What's this music? Or what's these bars right here? I don't know though. So I'm glad you said my name has popped up recently. That's a good look.
It is, bro. I don't know, you know, like I don't know how to really put it, but it does. Like even like you one day I woke up and you was talking about Eminem did a damn Hall of Fame or whatever was going on, and your name popped up in that. You know what I'm saying? So how the hell is that? You know, that's just, you know, not to say that just because he said it, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't watch Drink Champ interviews and all kind of stuff. And your name pop up in them. I was like, man. And then Sway, and why Sway, your name gonna pop up. It was somebody was talking about you on Sway recently.
Shout out to them.
I forget who it was, but yeah, I was like, man, this is kind of wild. You know, because I used to be like, for me, I'm gonna tell you my favorite MC from Oakland is Too Short. And I mean, you know, it's because he gave me Oakland before everybody else. When he did like the City of Dope and all that, that was like my window into understanding Oakland. You know what I'm saying? That album, Life Is Too Short, he told a lot about Oakland in that album. He put you on the bus. I'm telling you, it was deep. You know what I'm saying? He said him and Freddie B kicking it like big players. You know what I'm saying? And, yeah, he talked about that time, a friend of mine, my homeboy Lionel B, hooked me up like this, y'all. And so you probably know these people. You know Lionel B and all them?
Not all of them, but I met them.
Well, so what y'all got like a side where like y'all be not cool with each other or something?
Oh, I mean, not at all.
Okay.
It's just like Oakland was not like that, you know. But like when I came out, I definitely wasn't like rapping with the gangster rappers and shit.
Right.
I just knew everybody. We know each other. Everybody know each other. But you know, I guess cats don't see themselves together in too many regards. And so I think the first time me and Show worked, he called me in on one of his records he was doing. That was more, he was trying to expand and show. It was called Nationwide. So if you go look up, one of the plaques I got on my wall is from Too Short. Two of the plaques I got, I think, well, maybe one. One of the plaques I got is from Too Short on my wall. It's from an album called Nationwide. And on Nationwide, he was trying to bring out other people and show more to it. You know what I'm saying? And then we started working, but they was just doing good at what they did. We was good at what we did, and we was just like, what's up? You feel me? But they OGs though, like they was way older than us.
Yeah, they say what Short came out in 82.
Something like that, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, that is incredible. But all of it got the chronology coming from everyone you listen to them, they'll always say that they give it to Melly Mel with the message. He said he wanted to tell Oakland's story just like the message. Same thing with Scarface and a lot of them. They Cube, a lot of them took that's what's that Ice Cube? I mean Ice T. But everybody said they wanted to tell that story. You know what I'm saying? And I like, so to me, it was like a tribal thing. Like the East Coast started off a beat, and then the West Coast and the South took their own beats and then did their own things with it. You know what I'm saying? When you really look at it. Yeah. And I look at Texas and the West Coast have always seemingly been connected, musically. Have you checked that out?
Texas and the West Coast?
Excuse me?
Texas and the West Coast?
Yeah.
Let's explain.
Because when you look at the first NWA album, it's NWA and the Posse, or the NWA and the Feel of Fresh crew. That's Dr. Rock, the DOC, and Fresh K. You know what I'm saying? So they're all mixed in together because Dr. Rock, he was with Alonzo and all them with that World Class Wrecking Crew. You understand what I'm saying? So all of this stuff is intertwined. It's just crazy when you go back and look at the history of it. Cause they was like,
where the DOC come up out of?
The DOC comes out of Dallas.
So the thing though, we gotta remember that everybody from the West Coast kind of like really from the South. I'm talking about people who got history on the West. A lot of their family go back to the South, not everybody, because we got to go back to the migrations that happened. Do you know how we lived through I don't know if you're familiar with it. I'm from California. So I lived through the African-American migration to Atlanta from California to Atlanta. Well, historically, we've had plenty of those migrations, and we know about Black people migrating from the South to the West Coast. They chose to sack LA and Oakland. You know what I'm saying? Really, Oakland was big because of the opportunity that was out here, you feel me? And so it is what it is. There's gonna be that connection, but I just wanted to know if, like, a lot of us basically gonna be, like, my roots is in Mississippi. You know what I'm saying? Taylor, Oxford area.
So what's the difference between Oakland and San Francisco? Like now we from an outside perspective, but I mean, like, from you being there, what's the difference?
A whole lot, not as much anymore, but it was two different cultures. I mean, it was Oakland people who had never crossed the bridge in their life, and likewise Frisco cats who had never been to Oakland. And so, it was just two different cultures. Like, if you was from Oakland, you didn't even know the Frisco hoods. Maybe towards the 90s, then you started learning the Frisco hoods. But like when I was like born, when we was first just coming up and stuff, it was just all really, really, really regional. You know what I mean? And so a lot of people will tell you it was two different rap styles and everything just from over the back. Oakland, Frisco would rap hella fast after a while, and Oakland would be rapping slow. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, but
it's kind of like Dallas and Fort Worth, kind of.
Possibly, yeah. You feel me? Yeah, but
I don't even know what downtown Oakland looked like. I know what downtown Frisco looked like, but I couldn't tell you what downtown Oakland looked like. That's crazy.
It looked gentrified. But it
do they got like skyscrapers and stuff like that?
not skyscrapers. They got some buildings. This the thing though. They came in and did all this stuff with the tech money that they're not about to be able to sustain. So it's gonna be looking like hella Gotham cities out here because they built all these big ass buildings and they ain't got the money to occupy them no more. And so you know what I'm saying? Like Oakland ain't really that bad, but Frisco is the worst case of that.
Mm-hmm. Because yeah, everybody working from home and moving south. Like they trying to like what is that? Austin, Texas. That's where everybody from up there is moving. They coming to Austin.
Huh.
The people in San Francisco,
Yeah.
they're all moving down here. I don't know. Texas got some type of tax amenities or something that they got going on, but everybody's moving to Austin from what I hear.
I heard that too.
So, I mean, it's crazy what's going on. Just look at it, just think. This country ain't that old, so man, there's a lot of stuff going on that we living in that's really fixing to change, and we got to be ready for it. I noticed you always seem to be trying to be on point as far as being ahead of the curve with the crypto space. So what's going on with that? Like, I mean, what's going on with Bitcoin right now? What is that?
If you ask me, a lot of people are trying to say we going into, we might be coming up out of a bear market and it might be ready to do some things. Now, if you see all these pressures that the dollar has on it,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying, and all this stuff that the economy, people trying to figure out where to put their money. We know a lot of people have made a lot off Bitcoin already and they trust the system. Some people are anticipating that if we do see some type of bad movements in the economy, which we start seeing, that Bitcoin might pop off because of that. But who knows? A lot of people be saying the opposite too. You see what I'm saying? So I don't even like to listen. I just know for facts that the market is young and there's a lot of room for growth. It's seeing all-time highs that it ain't at right now. And so you always want to get in before it's returned to a high and not what's at a high. But everybody.
So, okay, now hold on, Smash. Now, how does this affect the bar that
have you seen bar went up and up? So look.
see, I'm getting us around now. Hold on. How does that affect that bar? Let's talk about that because I'm still holding it just in case.
See, that's what I was saying. So here go the thing. It's because it's just look at it like reindeer on a sleigh, like, right? And Bitcoin Rudolph or Bitcoin in the front, Bitcoin the front runner. Basically, if I want to explain it in crypto terms, Bitcoin's market dominance, meaning how much of the money in the whole market capital of crypto is in Bitcoin. Bitcoin market dominance is always from like 43 to 50. 43. And if it's over 50s, it's really, really doing, that means a lot of the money ain't in altcoins, it's in crypto. So what that means is it drags the entire, Bitcoin dragged the entire market. If Bitcoin get to popping off, everybody looking for more and more opportunities like Bitcoin. All they like, oh, I missed this one, but what's next? And it starts to help the altcoins. Okay. So BNB was going up, and so that helped bar to go up. So once BNB gets back to around where it was at, then we're gonna see what this market do. Shit, that's what I'm looking for. But I just like see. I can't.
Yeah, thanks for the update. You know what I'm saying? Because I understand what you're saying. So basically, because what happened, everything just dropped soon as kind of like that happened. Remember?
I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, I know, but you just got to understand it. But you saying as soon as everything, because based on what I'm seeing with the dollar right now, and it seems like everybody's trying to conglomerate around another type of a currency to try to combat it, and they understand what's going on, that it's been weaponized. It looks like other countries, even you're starting to hear Mexico wanting to join in, and other little countries too. So, I mean, it's going to be interesting. I know it might be detrimental to some of us here, but if you kind of like in a space like what you in, it may not be as bad as
Well, what space is that? Because I'm in the American space like all of us. You feel me?
It seemed like I remember, we've been Facebook friends for a while. I remember you was talking about Bitcoin, and I just thought you was tripping. So I don't know what you was doing when you was talking about it, but it was at a very low rate back then.
Man, check this out. I've been telling cats since day one. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm just saying, I don't know what it might have been at 1,300,
But look,
1,400. I think that's when you started talking about it, right?
Bitcoin at $77. It's been good for me. It's been good for my family. But I gotta be honest, I ain't got no like Bitcoin success story like Rich Bob from Bitcoin.
Right.
You know, I've just simply been made it good for my family and my life because I found something that was of value at a very early time, and I've been rocking it ever since. And so I got lots of Bitcoin right now. I ain't even tripping. Sometimes I'll just pull out a Bitcoin credit card and not even be living my life off no dollars at all, bro. Like,
I can believe it.
Yeah, and so it depends on what the market is doing, whether I'll be like, do I want to spend some crypto right now? But
I know
see,
when it was, because I think it got at its height, it was at 68,000 a coin. I know you was going berserk. I was like, this shit is crazy.
let me show you how the difference between a regular credit card or a Bitcoin card could make, if you know what you're doing, you be doing some crazy shit. But it's like this. All right, say you put 10 bands on your on a Bitcoin card to where you can actually spend the Bitcoin. Now you obviously know it's gonna go up and down, up and down. One day you're gonna look, you can spend 9 bands, but one day you're gonna look and you can spend. One day you're gonna look, it's gonna be 11 bands. You feel me?
Right.
And so that's crazy already because your money is going up and down every day, and you just like, okay, but if you rocking it right, you could cop something one day and get all the bread back just that fast if you rocking it right. You know what I'm saying? Because like, just put it this way: if somebody Bitcoin just went from like 29,000 to 30,000, right? So on a day, say that person bought something for $1,000 on that day. When it did that, his account say the exact same thing.
Like he ain't spent nothing.
Like he ain't spent nothing, but it keep going up and down. Don't get it twisted.
Right. I've been watching it ever since.
You say
a pretty good round there.
Yeah, you could buy something and then the crypto go down, and it seems like what you cost more. Now I don't advise using crypto like a currency, even though that's what it's made for. But because your Bitcoin like a currency at all times. That's the most people who regretted it did that. Like you look back in life, like, dang, I bought a pizza, and now and that was like a whole Bitcoin. You feel me? Like, you know about the people who bought a pizza when Bitcoin was like 25 cents, so he spent 10,000 Bitcoin on a pizza.
Yeah, you're talking about back in the day.
Exactly, but that's the same thing. If he would have held on to him, so you thinking like, even today, if I spend something on a Bitcoin card, I'd be like, dang, if this shit go to 1 million, this is a dumbass purchase. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, right. I ain't never thought about it like that. So, you thinking it's higher now, and you go purchase something, and then it go even higher.
Well, I know who I am as a man. I'm speculating off crypto, and I only want to use it as I need to see fit to make life better for my family. Like, and so you want to have something that you longing, but you got hella different crypto accounts. You know what I'm saying? And so you got one that you ain't even looking at, and you might add to that. And you might have one at Coinbase that's your one you could just use and chill with.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, okay, now the concept I'm saying is, okay, what if your money, now if you plan it right, and as you look at Coinbase, you're like, this coin is moving, and the coin I got ain't moving. You could take your 10 bands and move it over to another coin and look back in a minute and catch that momentum and be like, cool.
Yeah, I wonder if anybody still, I guess it's still going on, but I think after that last little dip, people kind of chill for a minute because, they had great predictions of 200,000 per coin.
All those predictions just came back, a lot of those, but
See, yeah, you know what I'm saying? But I remember when they was And I was just sitting looking like a damn dummy. I was like, man.
I'm not, nah, bro. I'm not, no, I'm not with the speculative. I mean, I'm not with the, I don't want to say speculative because that's exactly what I'm with. I'm not with the, what I mean is the hyperbole and all the shilling. Oh, it's gonna be $1 million, but no, bro. Real talk. If you look at what's gonna happen, if you look at how young the market is, and if you look at what amount of money it would take to make some of these crazy things happen, it's hella easy for that to happen. All people doing is computer numbers when they say this shit could go to $1 million. You feel me? They not just like, all right, let me just give you an instance. You know, everything we've been talking about, the whole world that we've been talking about crypto, all the hype. Do you know that Amazon, the company Amazon, is worth more than all the crypto? So this is what I mean. If you look at the market capital of Amazon stock, it might be close to the market capital of crypto. I know at one point it was like that, and if not, it'll be definitely close to the market capital of Bitcoin. So really, that's showing how young the crypto space is, because it's gonna move on every company in the world, not just rivaling the top one on the stock market or whatever. It'll eventually be rivaling the whole Dow. And so if that's you can look that up and verify it and see what the whole market capital of Amazon stock is if you wanted to, or anybody in the chat can. And the market capital of crypto right now is at like 1.2 trillion. So I know Amazon market capital can't be up that high, so it must be rivaling that of Bitcoin. You know what I'm saying?
Right, yeah. You see those two words, you talk about the whole crypto space. Then when you compartmentalize it out to just Bitcoin, then you said it's comparable to Amazon.
It's just showing how small crypto actually is. You know, like, oh, okay, it's just, and it got so much more space to grow. And so if you start thinking about it's at 1 trillion, it getting to 10 trillion, this is a worldwide commodity that could actually happen. And so, all we got to, are you by a computer?
Yeah, I'm sitting right with
type in Amazon's type Amazon stock market capital. It's just gonna tell us.
Let me see what this says. This is market summary, Amazon, 1.05 trillion.
Told you, it's in the trillions, bro. So that's what I'm trying to say. The market capital of Amazon is in the trillions. So that's the whole crypto market, because crypto is at 1.2 trillion. So right now, if we're watching the progress, it's beating the best. It got more market capital, more money into it than the best company on the stock market. But at first, it wasn't even rivaling none of those companies. Now it's going to grow to not just beating the best company on the stock market, it's going to beat the entire stock market. And that's a lot of room for growth. You see what I'm saying? And the fact that if that money is in those stocks, then why couldn't it be anywhere else? Meaning that once people who are investing, who put their money in certain things and they start to see other stuff is popping harder, the money gonna start to move around.
Hold on, Smash. It says right here, it says the global cryptocurrency market cap today is 1.32 trillion.
1.3.
So they saying it's more than Amazon.
Just past Amazon. You said Amazon was 1.something trillion, right?
I said it was 1.05.
Okay,
but
cool.
this right here is 1.32.
So we 300 billion over Amazon.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. So we at first we now we just passed the top company on the stock market. Crypto has, and events, but there was a time when it wasn't even rivaling a penny stock. You see what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's tremendous growth, and it's still young because it's not gonna go nowhere. So it's gonna keep on growing, keep on growing. It's gonna be hit up and down by laws and regulations. And what's the price of a Bitcoin right now? I wonder. It's probably like 30,000. It's been teetering around 30,000.
I know it's saying as of today, the market cap of Bitcoin is at 580 billion, representing a Bitcoin dominance of 44.8%.
Yep. So Bitcoin is 44% of the whole crypto market.
Yeah, that's what you was just saying.
Yep.
Yeah, see what I'm saying? It's like that in these type of conversations. Like I understand the only problem, right now, Bitcoin is sitting at $30,324.
That's good.
Yeah, because it was what did it drop back down to? Like 17?
It dropped down to like 16. So people who caught that bottom, on one of my shows, I tried to call a 19 bottom, but I didn't buy that bottom. See, when I be talking about buying a bottom, people got to realize you can buy $1 worth of crypto. All right, you can buy $10 worth of crypto. You feel me? So I don't want people to be over their head when they be hearing these discussions. If your $10 go to nothing, you ain't even tripping. If your $10 go to $40, that's cool. You see what I'm saying? And so you got to do it in the way where you always ain't even tripping. If you got 10 bands, if it go to nothing and you ain't tripping, fine. But if it go to 100 bands, that's a possibility in this space. And it ain't too many other spaces where that's a possibility. And that's just a 10x. So even people know Bitcoin could still 10x in our lifetime. It's not like it can't. It's seen so many 10x's to this day, it's been ridiculous. It 10x since the time my partner told me it was dead, right? At 3,000. When it fell back to 3,000-4,000, and everybody was talking hella bad at crypto, I was like, are you tripping, bro? It's time to buy that shit. And it's the same partner who was telling me how he ain't never made no money off the crypto. And I'll be like, because you can't buy it, bro. It's simple rules to that shit. When everybody talking bad on that shit, when they reporting bad, that's when you buy it. And when everybody all hype off it, that's when you sell it. Because that hype don't last for hella long, and all the real motherfuckers and the institutions, they gonna sell. You just supposed to buy the rumor and sell the news. You know what I'm saying? So by the time it's on the news, you already dumping it because you bought the rumor. You know, they just people buying the news. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And so, yeah, like, so if somebody like buy the rumor, if somebody say, oh, it's going around, and they say, hey, this is about to happen on the market, and then 2 weeks later, that's on the news. Well, the people who bought that and confirmed that rumor is the ones who really made the bread. When it's on the news, it's a setup because they're getting the last people to come buy the bag. You know what I'm saying? So them people could get up out of there. Trust me.
All right. Because, man, that's exactly what happened that last time.
Yeah, that's what happened.
When everybody was on, when they was talking about crypto and how high it was, that's when it was getting ready to pop.
Yeah, that's what you got to know. So we kicking back laughing because we like, oh, they going to run that thing up because we bought that thing way early. You feel what I'm saying? And now they on the hype. They all in the media. The media's stupid, so they bought it about 50,000, 60,000.
So I wonder, hold up, this is what I've been trying to figure out. So, okay, just say if you did buy a Bitcoin or two at $70 or whatever, say you bought 10 of them, right? So, and then each one of those coins go up to 68,000 or 62,000, whatever it was, right? How do you sell it and keep all the coins? Okay, you can't. How do you get what I'm asking is how do you get the equity out of those coins without selling?
A few ways. Hold on 1 second. Hold on.
Right.
basically, you get look like this. It's the value that you're trying to take out of the coins, not you're not tripping off the coins like that. Let me see. I don't need to do that. It's the value you're trying to take out of the coin, saying not the coins. Let's see what I mean. So you bought at $70, you bought
10 coins.
So you spent 700. Right now, that 70 coins, that the one coin for 70, now say that one coin is worth 700. So now you had 700 times 10. So now you got what, 70,000, right? No, 7,000, I'm sorry. You got 7,000. Now, first of all, you started with 700 and you got 7,000. Right. You ain't tripping off the number of coins you got. You want to take the value out. You see what I'm saying? So you might lose the number of coins you got, but the amount of value you will have will still be higher, even if you got less coins. See what I mean? Because you're going to sell
Right. Yeah, I was trying to retain all of them. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah. So it ain't no way to not take it out without losing the coin.
No, yeah, because you got so what they call that is unrealized gains, and that's what get everybody. Everybody, even some people close to me, I'm like, no, sell that thing right there. See, it's called unrealized.
Yeah, because you've been, in your mind, you like, man, I'm losing the coin. You know what I'm saying? But now you're not really, because even if you still retain two coins at a high value, you still win.
Honestly, you don't want Bitcoin, you don't want money, you want value in your life. Think about it. So really, we don't want Bitcoin, we don't want money, we want value in our life. You see what I'm saying? And so if you think about that, it'll help us mostly unattached from, because I had a partner like, I don't even want to get into it till I could get a whole one. And I'm like, that don't make no sense. That's just like something you made up right now in order to set a hoop for yourself to hop through, because if it's going up and down, no matter if you got a whole one or not, you're gonna still experience that price action. And right. So even still, like we can unmarry from the fact, like, okay, I got 10 Bitcoin, I don't want to go into that number. That if that's what you want, then fine. But I really want the value that holding those 10 Bitcoin will bring to my family. So once it hit that value number, I'm good. You feel me? And that's that speculation, and we all got different points.
So you don't have no type of sentimental attachment to none of that. Soon as it hit a certain thing that you don't have no problems with detaching from that particular, just to pull out.
Nah, but not in my plan. I always plan to use it again, because if it worked for my family, I'm going to do it again. But I'm definitely not like on no crypto that the only one I'm holding on to sentimentally is my bar. I got hella bar, and I keep buying more and more bar, because since it's attached to BNB, that's like buying BNB. And since, you know what I'm saying? So
right, like, so why BNB is low, you buying more.
And when BNB
go back up,
it's gonna shoot the bar up.
So okay, well, see, this is a beautiful conversation. You see what I'm saying? Because you just put me up on something, so I need to go back in and get some more bar. Thanks.
Well, if you're willing to, because you're gonna look at the numbers and see that it's been green lately, because the whole crypto.
Yeah, because it's going back up. Yeah, I know what you're saying. But I ain't been, when I lost I just left it there. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck it, I don't even care. You know what I'm saying?
That's what we all do. So we want to know the coldest part? The only times where I made some storytelling type of money off of crypto is when I forgot about everything. That's when I got into some different categories. Like, oh, this is some bread right here. You feel me?
You came back.
When I forgot because the market had just went to kaput.
Right.
So I just was like, I hate crypto. I wasn't like, I hate crypto, but I just think I got a whole new
to the side and just whatever.
I sat my whole crypto computer like in the closet. You know what I'm saying? It just was, I wasn't talking about no crypto. It wasn't nothing. And then that thing came on the news. It was like 18,000 Bitcoin. I was like, what? I know I got some crypto sitting somewhere. I told my wife because we was both on it. My wife looked and found like 10 bands sitting in her account. You know what I'm saying? Just sitting there like, oh, here go this. I looked at my accounts and was like, oh, hell no. You know what I'm saying? It was cool.
Right.
You feel me?
Yeah. You had to go plug the computer back up.
Yeah.
Dust it off and everything.
I also looked at some coins that I had sold that I thought, man, I've been holding this for 3-4 years. I'm done with this. Man, I looked at how much Dogecoin I had and stuff.
You still had it?
No, I didn't.
Oh, you had dumped it.
I had some cool stuff still, but I didn't have a lot of stuff. Like I had some B&B that me and my partner bought at $4.
Man.
You feel me? I started telling people about B&B at about $4.
See, them the type of licks that, hey, you know now, man, that, yeah, you was in early. Like I wish, you know, I'm telling you, but yeah, that stuff is coming back based on what's going on right now. So it's a good space to be in. I'm just glad we had this conversation so that can let me know I really need to try to get back because it's still kind of, it ain't as low as it was, but it's still a good time to get in.
Yeah, it's gonna be at about a half a thing in a minute. I'm gonna be happy when I see it get to the half a thing because I'm gonna be like, oh, next is gonna be at a penny. Then what's gonna happen from there? Few people gonna be like, I want my money, get their money at a penny. Then it's only all the way up. I mean, what else could it do?
Right.
But now, you know, I don't be thinking like that. But I definitely know if B&B now they've been attacking B&B.
Who you talking about? The other crypto, what you call it? You know, that's like, what is that, from China or something?
It's from China, so they've been attacking it. The euros, you know how they do.
Right.
Like, man, we need all the money. So anything that ain't white, we gonna attack it. And we're gonna attack some white shit too.
Right.
We need to be like
everybody gotta be in line.
They needed to be high and mighty and white. It can't be like new and revolutionary. It gotta be they walking corporate with them.
So I wonder, you know, cause this is crazy what you talking about. I wonder what effect does this BRICS have on that type of a thing?
Well, that's another thing. Because I think it all boiled down to if some shit happened, where we gonna put our money. If some people just know, we all can go to the currency exchange today and just get some euros. But ain't nobody gonna be accepting them, but your bread ain't gonna be determined by what's happening in America. And so there's gonna be a point where BRICS is gonna be at that same currency window. You see what I'm saying? Cat's gonna be like, I'll give you 40 bricks. I mean, is you gonna accept it or not? What if somebody told you right now, let me borrow your car, bro, 20 bricks right now?
See what I'm saying? So that's the whole thing that I'm trying to figure out. What is this new global seemingly shift against with the dollar, and how does that affect us? You know, what should we be doing? I know crypto is one way, but what should our people be doing? Because that's something that seems like it might be a serious thing.
Some people don't think crypto is a way at all. I don't know how much of a way crypto is. I just know my experiences with it don't even need the dollar to fail or collapse for it to be a good thing. It's already a good thing with the dollar kind of strong. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's already put hands on gold. I mean, Bitcoin put so much hands on everything you could have ever invested in 20 years, in the last 10 years is ridiculous. There's nothing that you could have put your money on that would have did what Bitcoin did.
Right. So I just see the crazy part is, how did you understand this at an early, like, was it just a gamble, or did you really, really understand it?
Man, you can read my pages, bro.
I know I've been on your Facebook page a minute. I'm just saying, like, how did you? No, because I was listening to you, but I couldn't understand it. You know, it took me maybe another 5 years to go in and have to look at it to where I got a basic understanding. You know what I'm saying? But I'm talking about after you started talking about it. I was listening to what you were saying, but I didn't understand what you were saying. You know what I'm saying?
When I first got understood what Bitcoin was, I realized the person who made it was a genius. That's the first thing that I had. And I was like, okay, I had not been living while a genius contributed too many things to our society for the people to use. You see what I'm saying? Like, think about it. When they talk about geniuses through history, they be like, Einstein did this and they had that on lock, and now we can use his knowledge and we know about EMC squared and all that stuff. Other geniuses, well, when I seen and then when I learned what Bitcoin was actually doing inside of a computer, because all he did was he was just a genius, dude. So what he did was just took what he understood about the things that we value on Earth and put them into a computer. And he took the same system that we use and made a mathematical system for it. So really the same way that we mine for precious minerals on Earth is the same thing in crypto. That's why they call it mining. You ever heard people say, do you mine for Bitcoin?
Right.
Because
so hold on, you really think it was one person that did this?
Well, that's the story. Is a person
Right.
Well, Satoshi Nakamoto or something like that. I don't know, something like that. And that's the story. Whether or not that's the truth, that's another thing. Right. But the problem that it presents for most governments, and the fact that it's all transparent and we can see who got what wallets, no one was positioned to benefit from Bitcoin. Just like Bar, as close as we could get it, you know, we had like all 1 million Bar. That wasn't nothing because it was 93 million. Well, the person who launched Bitcoin didn't even take none for himself and set up a system to where the first people who find out about it and start supporting it could just be rich. You see what I'm saying? And so I'm like, okay, that's true genius. Because first of all, you just did some like universal shit. Like you just broke the universe because you just made a way for people to get rich, you know, that defies the system. That's already genius. And then everything he did with the way he encrypted it, he thought of his own brand new way of encrypting, bro. So instead of using the stuff that they had already, he just was like, nope. It's kind of like Bitcoin could have been given to us by whatever higher intelligence that they be talking about.
Hold on, man. Don't do that. You know, none of you people be recording shit. He's like, what is he saying?
I'm saying how genius it was.
Right. Yeah, it's like it had to be a higher power type. It's just that genius. I get what you're saying.
Brighter minds, whichever the brighter minds were on the earth at that time, there was no better example than what they did with Bitcoin. Like, I'm pretty sure it was other geniuses, but that's just one of the best examples of the human genius at that time. And so
you saying it's the most honest system that humanity has ever seen?
I don't want to say all the way that, because stuff got, you know, everything got a loophole or something learned later. But right now it's kind of unbeatable. All the banks and everybody buying into it. To prove it, they come in with the central bank digital currency. So all they doing is stamping blockchain technology. It's saying that this is the technology of the future, but we just need to govern it.
Right. So I wonder, how that's gonna play out.
Well, it ain't gonna go up and down. It's gonna be a stable coin. So it's gonna go up and down compared to other stable, just like the US dollar, you feel me? It ain't gonna go up and down like a crypto. It's gonna go up and down like Tether or USDT or some shit.
Yeah, man, I appreciate this type of conversation, bro. Because I think our people need to hear this kind of stuff, like it's from an economic standpoint, as far as even in crypto and what's going on with this weaponization of the dollar that these people seemingly have gotten aware of, and their counter to this is going to be detrimental or maybe beneficial depending on how knowledgeable you are on how to move. Because I'm wondering, like, what's going to happen if the dollar were to fall? Like, what should we do?
They've been talking about that for hella long, James. You know what I'm saying? And they've been hitting us with that forever. The dollar gonna do what it's gonna do. It might devalue a lot. We might see $10 gas. We already halfway there. You know what I'm saying? I done seen some $7 gas in the Bay Area during the COVID or something.
Right.
I forgot when the gas was crazy. But that's just the dollar being weakened too. Gas ain't really going up because the eggs be hella high. Orange juice be $10. You know what I'm saying? You get an orange juice at a restaurant, they want $4.99, bro.
Right. Yeah. So that's basically, you just basically said they're gonna kick it down the road as all like they always do.
Hopefully, I mean,
He said hopefully.
I don't want to see it just crash out and my dollars be worth 10 times less.
Right. Yeah,
You know,
but what I'm just saying, if you because of like, what do you? I mean, how do you move if you thinking that that's like, if that's something that may happen? How do you move your money out of that situation to where it's in a better situation?
So, I mean, not having a lot of liquid like that too, but even your assets gonna go down. But I mean, if you just got like all of your, if it's just in cash, maybe your house might even be worth more than the cash later. You know what I'm saying? Crypto, I don't want to tell people precious metals, but now I heard, see, they even just passed a law, and you could Google this, dude, and it's about to come to America because they test the stuff in the UK. They just passed a law in France trying to bring in that central dollar to where you can't spend more than if you spend more than $1,000 in cash is illegal.
It's illegal.
If you Google that.
What are you talking about in France?
Yes, a new law that if they spend more than more than 1,000 euros, bro, which ain't nothing but a few pair of sneakers. If you spend more than 1,000 euros, you broke a law.
I know they riding in out there, but I thought that was about them raising they retirement age to 65.
Man, that's about they bringing in the central damn dollar. So then the only way you about to be able to spend this big bucks is gonna be eventually. That's the first step. Then next they're gonna say on credit cards you can't do this. Only way you're gonna be able to spend over $1,000 is gonna be in CBDC. Watch.
Man, so that way they can monitor all the money.
And you can't even control it ain't gonna be no way to not use it because you tied into the government. So your tax return gonna come in it. They gonna be like, oh, you want your tax return the old way? Wait 6 months. But if you want it instantly, it comes in CBDC.
That's crazy. Yeah, see, these folks that all this Chat GPT, I was watching that on Fox News today. I was like, man, they was kidnapping people with this. Have you heard about this? I'm like, they kidnapping, sending people voices like it's really them and asking for ransom money and shit. Have you heard of this?
Man, that's the scammers gonna do everything. And so, you know, they doing that. I mean, it's people, let's talk about the legal uses. It's some people making hundreds of thousands with YouTube pages where they never say a word or they never research nothing. Some of the best YouTube pages that we be watching right now is AI pages. And I can show anybody I should go upstairs and show us how to do an AI page right now.
But you ain't got to do nothing.
Man, it's making so much money.
Oh man, yeah, that needs to be the next shows, man. Don't put us down on the game. Because yo, that's one thing that Black people is good at, doing some shit like that. You know, we don't want to do no work. So if you can show us a way how we can get money without working, you mean we could just set up
That's all I talk about every day, family. That's all my life is about. I thought about that as a kid. It's not about being lazy, it's about being smart.
Right.
I only want to work on the thing I work on. You know what I'm saying?
If you can figure out how to do that, that's crazy.
I want to work on this ski right here. I want it to go faster than anybody else's. That's what I want to do. And I want to do that in my life. I don't want to I got the things that I'm doing. I work in the community. I do all that type of stuff. But I want to fix this little car right here. Look, you see this?
Hold on. You just said something about a ski. Hold on.
Oh, I want to show no skis. This is my old skis sitting next to me.
What you talking about, a jet ski?
Yeah.
And you say you want to make it go faster than any.
I got one racing ski that I got that I want to go faster. You feel?
You out of control. You make sure you got the right equipment for that, man. Because that fucking water is hard. You going
all you
that
need is a
fast.
life jacket, man. You good.
Oh, really?
Don't panic.
Don't go that fast.
All people do is panic. That be their problem. If you laugh once you hit that water, that's what I remember to laugh, and then I always be cool. You know what I'm saying? I ain't stupid. I don't want to die on the water, but I want to go hella fast though.
What's the fastest jet ski?
Oh, what you mean? Well, I only do supercharged skis, but they got turbo skis that go faster than supercharged skis.
Oh, okay.
That's when you get really dangerous, like 120 miles an hour.
Oh, so yours don't go that fast.
Nah, I could do a nice 80. No, I can't do 80. I'm gonna try to push 80 with this next build I'm about to do.
So that'll be one of the fastest ones for just the
about really top speed. You want to beat everybody out the hole, and you just want to beat everybody to 60 miles per hour. You feel me? Right. You don't really want to be the people who be crashing because they can't end the race real quick. So they keep on going and they can't see around the corner and nope. I'm gonna blow your doors off as soon as we hit the gas. And then get up off it. Like, boy, you just got your doors blew off.
Right. Oh, you tried to get the takeoff right.
I had this one white couple of dude had the nerve to try to look at this is why I got a 2005 sleeper. And what they do is they gonna pull up on the side of you, right? And they gonna start appraising you. You feel me? Like
you got something up under there.
No, they looking like, oh, that's a 2005. I'm on a 2010. I'm about to blow his doors off. You feel me?
Right.
Oh, this one white dude and he was riding with his homie, but he had a chick on the back. He did the same shit. I set a little trap for him by riding on the side of him for a minute, but he felt like he could get up out. Like, let's leave this nigga. You feel me? And I was like, oh, that's exactly what I was waiting for. It was so much humiliation, Stacey, because he had his chick on the back and he just tried to poke out on me like, bam! I said, wow, man, that motherfucking old thing. He said, oh, hell no, but so that just be fun to me.
So what happened after that? He stopped to talk to you?
Doze off. It was so funny, bro. It was.
Yeah, I know, because they're going to want to know after you do something like that. What you got up under there?
The corner started coming and I got up off of it and he wanted to, since he had a chick on the back, he had to at some point get into the front, you know what I'm saying? And so he just come dangerously zooming around the corner, but I got up off of it. But I'm just telling little stories about why I just like fixing up, I like sleepers and shit. Like when I got my record deal, I bought a 78 Camaro, bro. I ain't buy no new ass foreign or nothing. They robbed me in Oakland. I bought something and me and my pops worked on my first car, but the second one, the first Camaro I bought was a 78 and the second one was an 80. And then I never would paint them either, bro.
Let me look and see what this, because I think I had a 77 Trans Am.
Okay, Trans Am, that was, okay, yeah. Well,
you talking about like the Smokey and the Bandit model?
Smokey and the Bandit, 77 to 80, I think from 77 to 80, you could get the Smokey and the Bandit. But Smokey and the Bandit probably went all the way to 81.
Oh, really? Yeah, see, that's the model I had. That was my first car.
I had an 80 that looked dead on Smokey and the Bandit, but it was a Camaro with the T-tops. I saw that mug was running, bro. I had that thing running. I put the digital dash in it, but I wasn't big on paint jobs. I wasn't big on making people want to rob you. I just wanted to blow their doors off. You feel me?
So yeah, that's the same kind too.
Huh?
It's the same, like it looks like a Smokey and the Bandit. I just typed in the 1980 to look at the model.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, so that's what you grabbed? Yeah. I had one of them with T-top, but mine was like a 77, 78.
What you put in? I just was rocking the 350.
I think I had a 400. It came like that. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, you had to. Yeah, it came with like a 4 something. Yeah.
Yeah, I wrecked it too. That was I ran it straight into a pole.
I read one of mine one night. This dude pulled up in the gas station and smoked up the whole gas station. He was in like a 7 deuce Monte Carlo. It was gold. I ain't gonna never remember. But he smoked up the gas station, burning rubber while I was pumping my gas. And I was hella mad, like, I'm about to blow your doors off. So we started racing up to the freeway, but he was trying to run. You feel me? He wasn't trying to, like, he did that. We got in the car. He wanted us to chase him. Man, I rapped all into the telephone pole.
You did. That's how you wrecked it.
But I brought it back from that rap, I think.
He said that rap.
But I rapped all into the telephone pole, dude, running up the hill. I was hella stupid.
Yeah, I wrecked mine too. That's crazy. Yeah, them cars was too fast. I don't know either that or they just have a good enough braking system for all that power.
Well, we used to hype them up too much, and they was too heavy. Modern day cars, like now, I'm not even on that no more. I do straight simulated racing because I want to go hella fast. I don't want to die racing, and I only like to race on the water or RC cars.
Oh, that's what you're talking about when you be on your computer. Because you got the steering wheel and all that. That's why you do that.
Oh yeah, that's
so this ain't nothing. This is something you really like speed. So the safest way. I didn't know what the hell was going on, right? I was like, damn, he really be into this this racing. But now that we been talking now, yeah, you really gotta be
a gamer too, though. But as a youth, I was a gamer. As I get older, I don't get much excitement out of it. But simulated racing is just that. Cats getting online thinking they can race, and y'all really are sitting in a simulated car at your house. Everybody got on a headset where it looked like real reality. I can do that because I'm gonna blow your doors off. You know
so what's the percentage of the races you win?
I'll be trying to be top 3 at least. Number 1 is hard because there's always some people who dedicated their life to something. You feel me? It'd be hard to beat them people. Like so the people.
Okay, now I noticed some people got like a real whole thing now. Like where they like really in a cockpit or something at their house. Like that's what the professionals use. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't got it that much. I just bought a little Amazon one, but I got a little cockpit in front of me too, though. You know the steering wheel, you seeing it. It got a little shifter next to it and foot pedals on the ground.
For real?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You got the real deal. That's great.
But if you put on the Oculus headset and hop in them old schools, I'm an imagination person. Everybody ain't. And so I really be getting almost close to the same feeling I used to get, when I was
in a real car.
Old school right now, or you know what I'm saying? It's almost the same feeling. I just sold the last old school I had was a Cuddy. I just sold it.
What year?
But what you say?
What year was the Cuddy?
7 deuce.
Okay. Oh man. Was it convertible?
No, it wasn't convertible, but bro, I'm not like I said, even when I buy the whips, even too, I just be, if it work in my life, I'm cool. So I copped this little Cuddy off, I don't remember where I got it. I got it for like 4,500.
Was it 442?
Huh?
Was it a 442?
My daddy had a 442 though. He had that 442 69. That mug used to run. It was just a 7 deuce with a 350 in it. I got it. Oh, I remember. This dude owned the shop in Patterson. Only wanted 4,500 for it, bro. And that mug was dirty, but I know how to fix it up. It was I left it all original. And then somebody offered me 7,500 hella quick. Not hella quick, but offered me 7,500. And I was like, man, I ain't tripping. That's a cool come up. Like, I don't want to, because what I'm going to do, put 7,500 into it or take this quick 3 stacks.
Hold on.
Yeah, but I've been on the auction cars. I ain't even looked at the chat. Shout out to y'all. I just was sitting here building. Let me see. Back to me. What I can see. Let's see what I can see. Let me see the chat. Ain't gonna let me see the chat. Oh, 350 Rocket, you bullish on Easy? I'm bullish on all the crypto. Let me see. All right. Jack. All right, I'm just about to get it in. Let me see. I'll probably start working on one of these cars, man. Like I said, I've been on my RC hype. Been on my RC hype.
Yeah, all right, I'm back.
Oh yeah, it's all good. I just was talking.
Yeah, so what you doing now? You got a project in your garage or something?
No, I was trying to straighten it up because I want to take this engine out again, and I need space on the floor and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
after a while, yeah. So I'm gonna snatch this engine out like one day. I just gotta work my brain up to want to do it.
Right.
Snatch it out. What I'm gonna do to make it go faster? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
What can you do? Put a turbo on there or something?
You can do a lot of different things. At
So
the point
this
I'm
is
at
this
right
is a
now.
project you just getting ready to start?
So I've been doing this almost for the last 2 summers. I be trying to upgrade just to have something
Right.
to do, bro. You know what I'm saying? And so right now I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna add open loop cooling, a different cooling system so that it gets fresh water all the time for the engine instead of recirculating the water. And that's just like something you gotta take the engine out to do, but it ain't hard to do.
And you think that's gonna give you some more speed?
It's gonna help the engine run at a cooler temperature than my opponents or anybody else. You know what I'm saying? Like you running a cooler engine is gonna help you run harder.
Right.
But not just that. I'm gonna do some other stuff. That's just the first thing that's on my head, on my mind.
And then this just for this summer right here. So this is the same. So you keep upgrading the same joint.
Yeah. I mean,
What is the maximum you think you know the speed you can get it to?
that's with the horsepower, but I'm not getting it though. I mean, unless I turbo it. So, like, here's the deal. My hull and I need to change my propeller, but the hull is kind of heavy. I like it like that because I get some stability. But newer cats can go faster with the same motor because the technology allows those skis to be 200 pounds lighter. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
And so you got to try to work against that. And I mean, if you build in the sleeper, if that's your style, that's my style. I like sleepers and stuff. And so, meaning that people would be trying to pick on you and race you when you blow their doors off.
Right.
Be like,
So you want to look not as impressive as it is.
Be modest on them, you know what I'm saying? Like you pull up on a GP 1800, you ain't getting too many people trying to race. I remember they pulled up on me on GP 1800s. They wouldn't even race me. They tried to have a young homie race me, and he wasn't a good enough rider. He could have beat me, but like I said, I got all that out the hole. By the time the water got choppy, he wasn't ready to keep going. You know what I'm saying? So I be like,
so what? How long this racing you talking about? How do y'all do this? Y'all just go in a straight line, or is it like a track?
We just straight lining because you just riding out there, be hella people on the water.
Right.
So pull up on you feel me? And nod their head. It's just like that.
Right, okay. Then y'all just do a straight 100 yards.
In the California Delta is hella canals, that's man-made canals, that's like 2 or 3 mile straightaways. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
At least 2 mile straightaways. So yeah, it'd be cool. But I be on the RC car racing too. It's just racing.
Yeah, I checked you out. You doing a racing on all type of platforms.
Why
you,
nobody
you,
on
you got a couple of little cars, right?
Yeah, man, I got hella little cars.
How fast them go?
It depends on how much you want to, how crazy you want to go. There's brothers down in the South doing it big right now. Let me see if I can see some of that. There's brothers down in the South that be getting it in. They be like, I mean, you know, 100 miles an hour ain't too fast, but I ain't into that too much no more either. I got
Man,
some
how the
cars.
hell can you control a car going that fast?
So that's half of the thing. So not only that, they got stuff, they got technology you can put on your car that'll help you control it. But if you go to a race and you bet money, you got to turn all the technology off. So you know it's bet money behind all this. Like, think about it. Like you could go watch on YouTube where Cats is racing RC cars for 20 G's. Hey, I see the title to this video still say something about the Pharaoh and the cattle. I'm tripping.
Right.
I'm tripping off that, but I'm just saying that's hella funny. I killed that in the first 20 minutes of the video. So, but like they got RC drag racing that happens on weekends and it's big in the South.
Right. But I mean those cars like the one you got, like that's a competition style car you got? You think I mean,
So most of them I get is not toy grade. Let me show you some stuff. My dad gave me this one car right here, but this is not really toy either. It's kind of like toy grade, kind of not. It's just a little, this is I hold in my hand, but this go pretty fast, right?
how fast it go?
It probably go like 20.
Oh,
I upgraded this right here, this little car. I mean, I haven't upgraded it, but it got an upgradable platform. That's a bang good car, a little drift concept, like a $100 car. But I got some over here, like even like, let me see. Hold on. I was about to show these fools up here because they really getting it in. I can stand like this. This when they be at the tournaments.
is that 50 Cent? Nah.
No, this is a brother about the races RC. Hold on. But we can see how they getting it in.
Jordan?
Hold up.
So the father beats what Zello called your son.
They drag racers.
With the RC cars?
Yeah. But they mean, I mean, it be if you see how big this event gonna be, you're gonna be like, dang, it's really a big thing. But yeah, it's too hard to show all these cars, but I got hella cars around here.
So which one is your fastest one?
I don't know. Oh, I got an armor felony. You know
Right.
what? An armor felony, that mug go about 80. It could go faster than 80, but the fastest I pushed it was 80.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You got it to where like some stabilizers on there or something. Or you can drive. Can you drive it good enough to go 80?
Man, these things come ready to run. That thing say 70 out the box. And so I put it say they modest. It say 70 out the box. And if you put the high speed pinion on it, all I did was put the high speed pinion on it, ran some hot batteries, and took off the rear diffuser. And it hit 80 miles an hour. I think I got one pass where it said 82, but I ran out of space.
So these cars are durable for crashing and shit too?
Man, kinda, but fixing it is half of the fun.
Oh, okay. So you know how to fix them if they do crash.
When you go to a race, people set up whole station.
Like this shit, like like it's a real racing team and they can fix the car right on the spot if something go wrong and get back in the race like that.
Yeah, like if you look, I mean, yeah, you gonna fix the car and try to get right back on it. Especially when I used to go to the track, you know you're gonna crack something because you're trying to learn. Everybody don't know how to jump. jumps is fun because you actually got control in the air, bro. It'd be hella crazy.
With those trucks that you got, right? You use those for tracks. Some of them just straight line racing, right?
Some of the trucks is short course trucks. All right, let me see if I can turn my camera around because I don't know how to turn the camera around, so it's making it hard. Let me see. How do you turn the camera around if you don't zoom? Oh, okay.
That's you right there.
All right,
Okay,
look.
bam, now there it is.
Are hella big right here. This mug hella fast, dude. This is what they call a fifth scale.
And that's when you take on a dirt track.
Yeah, I mean, I probably play with this like once a year, twice a year, and this is a low C DB desert buggy XL. So this is electric. So if you look at these big ass batteries, that's what got me running so hard on people because I just might I ain't overload. I'm still running 8S, but it got a little bit more punch. But I mean, it's a fat electric motor back here that pushed this whole rig. So if you look at how big this car is, look, this is my
that's pretty
hand.
big. That's when you took the top off it. I said, damn, it's bigger than I thought it was.
Yeah,
when you pulled it back, you could see your hand. Yeah, that's bigger than I thought it was smaller than that. But yeah.
This here, I ain't even took it out the box. I ain't tripping.
So you saying there's another one in that box right there?
Yeah, this one, it looked like that. I could open it right now, but I have never opened it. I ain't tripping. I was gonna probably open it next summer. You know, sometimes like I got some cars I ain't open, and
man, you out of control over that smash. For real, look at all the cars you got. I'm just over here looking at this. So that's cool though. You know what I'm saying? You got a variety up in those just in case so you want to do something different.
I had like 10 of these right here, and whenever young men come to my house, they get a car though. So
what is that? That's an electric car too?
Well, I bought these for $3 at the store just to give to young men when they come over. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'll be just like the coolest motherfucker ever. You know what I'm saying? They be like some of my white friends might bring their 5-year-old over. Who gonna give you an actual RC car that you could take to the house? But this one right here, under here, I ain't open this because I think this is gonna be a collector's item. This truck hella raw, bro. And so, it's. I like these little trucks. It's like a little $60 truck that people don't rock with. It's called a rock crawler. But I got hella little, you know what I'm saying?
All of these are like remote control cars, all of them?
Yeah, just look how clean that is, bro. So I don't even be wanting to drive them when they clean like this. I'll be like, oh, this that one I was talking about, the felony.
I think I seen that one before.
That mug hella quick, yeah. And then
somebody else got that car. I don't think you showed that car before? The black one? Because I seen that car right there before. That one right there.
It's the one that hit 82 miles an hour in that one video. And this is all stock setup, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah, that one's pretty nice right there, man. That must be your prized possession. That's a bad motherfucker right there. Excuse my language. I like that one.
Show you what the prize possession is.
That one, I like that black one right there.
Show you the prize possession.
That one?
I'm gonna show you. Because this is why I ain't open this right here. Dude, like since COVID, it's been so hard to get these, you know what I'm saying? And so I had my man order one like 2 years ago, and I let it sit in his shop for a year during COVID. And then I was like, nobody bought it. I grabbed that thing. You know what I'm saying? It's just been sitting here ever since. And this is real gas. It's bigger than this car that's on top of it. And that mug take real gas, like it take pump gas. You feel what I'm saying? And so when I get up to racing these, I'm gonna be going out to Bakersfield where they got these huge ass tracks for the fifth scale people. They got these huge tracks.
Yeah, see, I didn't know. So that one's gas. Now, what about the black car? That's electric. That's electric.
The black one? Oh yeah, that black one electric.
Okay.
That black probably faster than Black one's electric streetcar. It's probably faster than
The gas.
But you got to realize the electric cars be going fast when the battery hella charged, and then the power goes. It's the opposite with gas. Gas do just like your car. It might start slow, but the more you run it all day, it be getting faster. And you can run gas all day.
You sure right.
So, yeah.
Yeah, man, interesting, bro. I mean, just to look at all that, I mean, just the different the gas, electric. Yeah, that is pretty fascinating. You know, but I ain't never, you know, back when we was coming up, we didn't have stuff like that in the beginning. I don't think they was going, no, we had the little electric cars, but they weren't doing that, I don't think. You know
well, I remember when everybody was on gas when I was young. When they first came out with electric, my first car was electric. Then gas came out, and it was only hit at about 14, 15 years old. Everybody was talking about gas. Then nitro came out. Remember when the nitro cars came out?
Nah, I'm not even. You talk about you talk about real cars, or you talk about those little cars right there? They got nitro on those.
Nitro on those, yeah. So you see how quick they just did, bro? Woo.
Yeah, they burning rubber. You can see little rubber marks.
So they hook up. They slick the ground so that it's super traction. But yeah, you can see some pit marks. I mean, some marks. But watch how quick these cars is taking off. It's gonna be unbelievable. Some of these, and the whole thing is when you racing, you gotta turn off the when you're racing, you gotta turn off the what you call it. Don't be tripping off my wire coming from my TV. I'm in the basement. I was just looking at that because I've never seen it like on YouTube. But
yeah. So how much do you think one of them cars they got cost?
Same price range. They're not toy grade, so it's gonna be like from 2 to 200 to.
So basically, it's about your skills, like who, if you know how to drive, who can drive.
I got these cars right here that I can race them fools with that I souped up. That I'm about to change the tires on for some fun. That I race anybody with. That I only spend like $300-400, and I ain't got no super ass hookup on it. But ain't nobody that raw. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like half the people gonna run into the wall before the race is over. You know?
Oh, okay. So it ain't no professional type of situation going on.
But you don't have to go professional. You can race amateur. I don't like I was talking to my partners at the store. See,
you just wrecked that.
I was talking to my partners at the store, and they want me to come race with them. But I'm like, man, I like to be raw with stuff. If I'm gonna come represent with y'all, I don't really want to be the last place dude and shit. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, nah, man, come out there.
Did you go?
I'm gonna start going.
Yeah, I want to see what's gonna happen. You're like, I want to see what's gonna happen.
I kind of was saying I need some time at the track when ain't nobody really there. But since it's open to the public, I got a lot of time on my hands.
Oh, wait, hold on. You talking about track race?
Well, it's in Modesto, they got an outdoor 2-scale 2S track where you can only run with 2-cell batteries. A battery like this is a 3S battery.
You can't use that.
More power. And so they don't like you to run 3S at this track. They like you to only run 2S. So you don't go jumping all into the street. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna start. Them races is fine, but this ain't the ones I was trying to show. It was some brothers. Let me try to find it. It was some brothers. It's looking like you know, the hood. So I was like, oh, I wish I could get in touch with them, get online with them, because they look like a part of Black culture that I wasn't up on.
Right, this local around where you at.
I was in the South.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they be doing. I mean, they be doing horse riding and all kind of stuff down here, bro.
I know.
Like what they call it, trail ride. That's
big.
Big. That's big down here.
And the ATVs, huh?
Yeah, it's like a lot of that's big down here. You know, like Texas, it's more stuff to do down here than you could just shake a stick at, man. I'm just amazing how much land it is out here as far as like what you can do. And like a lot of people are moving out like into the what they call the rural areas now because it's so congested off in the city. Like so like Frisco, I don't know if you ever heard of that. Man, that shit is amazing.
Frisco, Texas.
Yeah, it's crazy, bro.
Before, but well, it wasn't nothing when I went there. It's popping now.
Yeah, now, bro, they finna build a Universal Studios and all kind of shit out there. It's amazing. The stuff that they got going on around here. I would have never thought I'd have seen it in my lifetime, but Frisco, like you said, it used to be like nothing.
It used to be like what?
Nothing. Like the out in the woods.
So let me show you how all the 20 I got on this video because so what they be doing like ATV and the dirt biking too and all that type of stuff?
Man, it's anything you could think of, they got right around in this little metro area. It ain't nothing that you like fishing, everything. You'd have a field day around here.
Yeah, I might have to eventually move to the south. I mean, I'm in the Central California and it's working for me for the stuff I like to do.
Mm-hmm.
But the south got more area to do stuff.
Yeah, the type of stuff it seems like you love being around here. This is the type of stuff they got going. They just got so much, and it's just big. I mean, like, I know you in California, so you kind of probably are dealing with the same thing, but it just seemed like down here where I'm at, it just like they just building this place up from the south all the way down to Houston, San Antonio, all of the major cities in Texas. It seemed like it just been a growth spurt and it seemed like everybody comes from California. To be real, it's like that migration that you're talking about is in reverse.
Yeah, let me show you something that's hella fast. These little cars right here, these Lossies, mini T's, if I put that on you, it'd be like, hell no, bro. Like them mugs this is not toy grade. This is race grade. I mean, you can buy them out the toy and you know.
Yeah, they look toy grade, but you saying they not.
Yeah, they kind of like a little bit better than that. So this is like toy grade. I mean, right here, you know, if you look, it ain't really much to the car. But if I open this up, you'll see it's a little bit different. You can see.
How many? Yeah, you got two of those.
You don't see much, but yeah, I like them little mugs, but I'm about to go get on my car. You just got me juice. I'm gonna get on my car hype. Find the track I can today. You know what I'm saying?
You said you did a track today?
No, I'm gonna go find one I could go to today, I was saying.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's still early in Cali. Well, I'm over here thinking, man, you about time to shut it down.
What time the sun go down out there?
Well, about 7:30. So
what time? It's 6 out there?
It's fixing to be 6. So you ain't got another hour and a half here.
4-5 more hours of sunlight.
Yeah. But yeah, Smash, like I say, man, it was one more thing I wanted to talk about. And it was that time you did that show on the standard bearers. Remember you did that and you brought that to light? Man, do you know how...
Wait, what was it?
You were talking about the standard bearers and you were talking about the... I don't know what made you do it. You were talking about... You don't remember you were talking about the standard bearers and... Yeah. And you were talking about the images on them and what that meant and how they take those standard bearers off in the war. And then, you know, man, I went and looked at that. They've been carrying that same tradition off in war to this very day. Those flags are significant.
You're 100% right.
I think we need to do something little. I mean, you did a great job, but it wasn't just about standard bearer, what you did. But if you just did something on the significance of standard bearers and like the history of that, man, that ain't pretty much an end everything. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the start of the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? Is that the oldest standard bearers in the world? Or would you say, Miss? Oh, I don't even want to say it. Do we find any standard bearers in the other cultures before that? Let me just say it like that.
Pre-dynastic times, we find some standard bearers. Yeah, no other cultures.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Outside of what you showed.
I mean, kind of like, but really they only show us from the Egyptian perspective, you know what I'm saying? And so kind of like, yeah, but they only show us from the Egyptian perspective a lot.
What do you mean by that? Like they're showing the other people standard bearers in their own.
No, they know that I never see only Nubian, and meaning that they only see them rocking the standard when they rocking with the Egyptian army. You know what I'm saying? But if it's compartment, I mean, no other cultures, I haven't seen that, so I don't know what to say. Like,
hold on, you saying that in in the Canaanite culture, you don't see any standard bearers off in their culture?
Yeah, I haven't. But when they showed some Nubians who was down with the Egyptians, they would be rocking a standard. Now, I can't say if they was because they was down with the Egyptian culture or if that was because they already did that. You know what I'm saying?
That's interesting. So you saying that you don't see that in no other culture but right there from the beginning. And what about a continuation of that particular practice? Do we see that?
Where else do you see that at?
Well, I see, I started when I looked, it continues on down from the Romans, they did it, and all the way to the modern era, they still do it today. They still have standards. I was just using the chronology of what you had brought forth with that as a beginning, but I was trying to find out, had you ever seen anybody do that before them, or have you seen anybody in their other cultures continue on or adopt that practice?
So I never seen a Sumerian or a Mesopotamian standard. Well, they possibly have them, but I don't know if that went into their tradition. As far as the Kemetic tradition, it goes back to pre-dynastic times, where we don't even know if that was coming up out of Nubia or something they start doing just right in that initial area. But that's what I know about it. And we can see it going back on Hella Stele to like a long ass time ago, you know what I'm saying? To where you see people walking through. So go to the Hunter's Palette. It'll probably be one of the even the Narmer's Palette and the Hunter's Palette. If you go look on those, if you just type them up, you're gonna see the man at the front of the procession behind the leading archer is carrying a standard. And he's always seemed to be first or second in the line up until the time of Hatshepsut and other time periods. You know what I'm saying?
Correct. And what's on that standard? Do you know? Like on the first one.
What's on what standard?
The image that he's holding up.
That's a BB gun.
Yeah, that's nice.
What was on that standard?
What image would you say was on it? Was it the placenta or was it a Horus standard? Because I seen one what they call in the placenta, right?
The Hunter's Palette, it was a falcon, so that indicated that they was from the tribe of Heru.
Correct. Man, so you know what? So I'd be tripping smash because, if you start to look around the world, that same image is on most people's coat of arms or something. Like if you look at the Russian, when the Russian president speak, or if you look at the president of the United States, that's the same image, ain't it?
Which image are you talking about?
The presidential seal is the bald eagle with the circular disc on top.
See, that's a little different than the one we talking about. That ain't what's on top of the standard, though.
Yeah, what's on top of that? That standard is a bird, and that's pretty much it. That represents a falcon, right?
Yeah, it's just a bird on top of the standard, and so The bald eagle is used. I mean, not the bald eagle, but the falcon is used at a different time period in that same way you talking about, but it ain't in relation to the attestations we're discussing now.
Right, man. You kind of confused. I know what you said. You talking about the way that it's rendered.
All right, so look, when we see Horus on the standard, he got his wings on the side. I mean, they're not spread out.
Right.
You feel me? When you see it on the dollar and stuff, the wings are spread out. Correct. And so it's a different motif, or it's a different decoration, or a different representation of a falcon or a bird. You know what I mean? That's all I was saying. Whenever we see it on the standard, the wings ain't never spread open.
No. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, but I was just thinking, and from a chronological standpoint, that they probably wouldn't. That probably just wasn't the way they rendered it at that time, but it still represents that falcon representing something that represents like a tribe or a kingship or something, because all of the early rulers seem to have taken that horror image as to represent them. You know, you got maybe 1 or 2 set images, right? But for the most part, they represent horrors, right? On their like aha or something like that in the pre-dynastic, don't they have like it'd be a bad drawing of it, you know what I mean? It's like they hadn't figured out how to draw it.
Horus, but it was representing him in the same.
Yeah, like just standing to the side.
Yep, to the side always, and you see him not flying. He's sitting on a perch or whatever with the wings not spread open. So when we see Heru Beuti or Heru join with the sun, I mean, that don't mean that, but that's the one when you see Horus with the sun.
Right.
I mean, you don't really see Horus with the sun. What you see is a sun disk and with wings. That's representative of Heru Beuti.
Right. You so what time period would you say that imagery come into?
Later.
Yeah, see what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, I don't think that their drawing particularly got a lot better, seemingly as time went on. That's what I just suppose. Even just like even adding a sun disk on it, that wouldn't be, you know what I'm saying, something that they did early either.
But I wonder, I mean, there had to be stuff going on in their society that made them make these type of changes. You know what I'm saying? Like, we gonna put some wings on it. Like, I'm sure they had a deeper meaning than that. They probably, you know, something happened and they was like, okay.
Yeah, like I mean, even adding the unks to the shin rings, you know, to the bottom of the image. You know what I'm saying? I think it just them just as a maturation of them getting more familiar and adding on to their, you know, the information. You know, just like everybody, just like the James Webb Telescope. Now they saying it ain't no Big Bang. You know what I'm saying? this is what's going on, Smash. You feel what I'm saying? Have you checked that out?
Nah, I haven't, but I'm gonna check it.
They said they done found 6 new galaxies or something. That before the Big Bang.
Now I got some work to do that I forgot I had to do, so I'm gonna get ready to close this down and probably tap in on Garfield's stream.
All right, bro. Peace to everybody.